Hello, everybody. We should be live. Let me double check.
Yay!
That we are. Mine says waiting on my phone, so hopefully.
Oh, I see that we're live.
There we go.
Just got an ad, so
I think we lost Meg again.
Oh no. Maybe she'll come back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. With my amazing guests, I'm so excited. A lot of you guys, this is my first time talking in person to you, which is weird because we've been friends for a while, and now it's the first time talking in person because of the live show. But we are here to discuss contemporary romance. So to start off, we're gonna introduce ourselves and say what we're currently reading, so we have people have time to join. So Deja, you can go first.
Okay, hi, my name is Deja. My channel is Deja's Book World, and I'm kind of like a romance baby, but I'm really happy to be here. And I'm reading Chill Factor by Sandra Brown because I'm buddy reading it with my friend Nicole, who's in the chat, because this is her favorite author, and so she's reading this for the second time, and I'm reading it for the first time. It's a suspense romance.
I need to read more of those. Lisa.
Hi, everyone. My name's Lisa, and I'm from Remarkably Lisa. I'm a romance booktuber here. And then right now, I should be reading Accidentally Engaged by Farah Haran, which is the book club pick for Jessica and Lacey's romance book club. And I should be reading that one. So yay.
But you're not?
Have you seen some real speed? Have you seen some real speed? Fast and Furious. It's gonna be the Fast and Furious. I got basically almost 2 days to finish this book because an hour, a day and a half left.
Okay.
Finish your book.
Let's go tomorrow, so hopefully finish that in time.
I will.
I really liked it. It was really good.
I'm not loving it, so
interesting.
Hot take.
I don't know.
She's a Canadian author, and I read her first novel, The Chai Factor, and I didn't really like that one either. Yeah.
I heard that this is a side character, though, to that.
From The Chai Factor? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't know. That's what a review said. Tori.
I'm Tori. I have my YouTube channel, Novel Life. I'm a newbie on Booktube, but I'm liking it, so I'm excited to be here. I'm currently reading... what is it called? It's the Wolf Hotel series. I forgot what the first book is. Just a complete. Oh, Tempt Me is the first book by K.A. Tucker. So I'm reading that right now.
Are those paranormal?
No, I think it's just a billionaire series. I'm only 2% in, but I got it from Jen from the Book Refuge, her recommendation.
And she'll be here later. Jen. Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy from Happy for Now. My current read, hopefully that I'll finish tonight, is Neon Gods by Katie Robert.
Ooh.
I'm hoping.
Are you enjoying it?
I like it. It's been good so far. Always nervous for Hades and Persephone retellings. It's so hit and miss. So
more miss than hit.
Generally speaking, yeah. I would say they usually suck. This one's been good so far. We'll see.
Meg.
Hi, I'm Meg from By the Book. I'm a bit useless at my booktube at the moment, but I am hoping to come up with a video soon. I'm currently actually reading a memoir / autobiography. I honestly don't know the difference, but it's by Nadia Hussein. But I am supposed to be picking up Hold Me by Courtney Milan tomorrow, which I'm very excited for, because I've only ever read historicals from her, so I'm really interested to see how she is at contemporaries, because I've loved everything I've read so far, so I have pretty high hopes.
I've read the first book in that series. I'm looking it up right now because I know that it was Trade Me. I read Trade Me
because I read that one too. I was I think that one. It was good. I liked it.
I love
a good job.
So. Yes.
How
what?
How do you think she compares? Because I've loved all the historicals so far. Do you think she's
I read it over a year ago, and then I read my first historical by her a month ago. So I do think her. Well, I liked the Duchess War, but I didn't like the Duke Who Didn't. But I liked Trade Me, but I liked the War better. So
Mixed bag.
yes. I'm currently reading like what I showed before. It was Accidentally Engaged. I'm halfway through. I'm not loving it, but it's fine. I heard it's Fade to Black, so
Unfortunately.
Good to know ahead of time.
yes, kind of annoying.
What's your rating so far?
I would say like 3 so far.
Okay.
So, and then someone else that I'm friends with on Instagram gave it 3 and told me it was all Fade to Black. And I was like, well, that's annoying because like now we have these covers that could be not Fade to
could
Black.
be really hot or could be Fade to Black.
So, we'll see. I was excited though because I've heard good things about this author. It has like over a 4-star rating on Goodreads, but it's just okay for me. I see a lot of people in the comments. This is exciting. Exactly. A lot of people are here that are going to be here later, which is exciting. We're here until 7:45 to talk about contemporary. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. We are here for like anything really contemporary. I've planned some questions in case we need them. But let me know what you guys want to talk about. I think we can start off by talking about I have to get rid of this. I always get this wrong. Our favorite tropes in contemporary romance and maybe some books that we like with that trope. Honestly. And talking about who was that? Oh, I think that was my feedback. Okay. That's okay. I got confused. Anybody want to start? What are your favorite tropes for contemporary?
I just immediately forgot all the tropes.
I mean, I wrote notes. Am I the only one who wrote notes?
Who said that? Who said that?
Am I the only one who wrote notes?
Oh my God.
I just sent the list over and I wrote notes.
I didn't give you guys a lot of time. I sent the list over like an hour ago, so sorry.
I still wrote notes.
Good.
I love Grumpy Sunshine. That is my favorite. Always and forever. Always hits the spot. Specifically, I feel like Act Your Age, Eve Brown recently just reminded me how much I love Grumpy Sunshine. Exactly. I get nervous, so I prepare things because my brain will go empty. Literally, like, if I didn't have notes, it would just be like, oh, wait, what do I like? I like books. I like dirty books. That's as far as I get.
That Eve Brown is like the epitome of Grumpy Sunshine.
100%.
Yeah.
But I feel like I always forget after reading it. I was like, was he really grumpy? I can't remember. And then I always forget after reading it if it was a Grumpy Sunshine romance.
Yeah, it 100% is because he's so grumpy. He's like the epitome of a curmudgeonly old guy.
Mm-hmm. Like from the first time you meet him, he's like immediately grumpy. And I'm like, oh, is he gonna go away? Nope. The whole time. It's great.
Yeah. He's grumpy and he likes her, which is just even funnier.
That's the best part is like the grumpy one's always bad that they like the sunshine one. They're like, how dare you? How dare you bring light into my life?
Yeah. I like the opposites attract romances like that too as well. Like that one's really good. When the other character gets worn down by the really happy-go-lucky, artsy person. It's always so sweet.
Yes. And they have to like figure out how to live like not quite as rigidly usually.
Or they slowly find themselves like losing their like agenda and their type A personality. That's so cute.
The best.
I know some people have done recommendation videos of Grumpy Sunshine. Do you guys have any others other than Eve Brown? Because I feel like Talia Hibbert, like, we all know and love.
I'll see if anybody else has them. I wrote them down.
I like Always Only You.
Oh, yes, that's another perfect one. But is that the second one?
Yeah, the female.
Okay, the opposite. Yes. I always get those titles mixed up.
I think it's that one. Yeah.
With Chloe Leese.
Yeah.
That one's really sweet.
I love a grumpy heroine. I feel like we don't get that enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the only one that comes to mind, and I never even read the book yet, but it's the one from Courtney Milan that Lacey suggested, the Asian historical romance that Jessica, I think you read and you didn't really like it. You gave it 3.5. That one, I think she was the grumpy one and he was
She was like very serious. And he was like the happy-go-lucky guy. Yeah. I'm trying to find. Oh, okay. I know Lacey loves this, and I feel like I don't. She always talks about groveling, and I feel like I don't know if I've read this a lot in contemporary. Do you guys have any? And especially like I've been loving married couples who like have to work it out, but I've only read like Book Club, Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey.
There's a couple that it's not like standalones, but I just read the first book is Flock, the second book is Exodus, and the third book's The Finish Line by Kate Stewart. And in the third book, he has to like it's the whole book is groveling. And it's great. It's kind of like a relationship in crisis type thing. It was really good.
I have a notebook that I'm writing down recommendations in. I haven't read.
I have a notepad. It's like I'm ready to go.
I need a recommendation. That's why we're here.
I feel like I read that in historicals more than I read it in contemporary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
For sure. But
I read it.
No, go ahead. Sorry. I totally lost the book.
Oh, nothing. No, I literally just read it in Harlequins. That's where the groveling comes. But it's not long enough. Like, it's not long enough for Lacey, but it's long enough for me. So
I really liked All Your Perfects. And then we can't go wrong with Kennedy Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, Kennedy always has a good grovel. I feel like in all of her books, when I can like stomach reading them.
Let's see. Any other? I feel like I have no recommendations for this anymore. Second chance grovel.
I feel like there's a lot, but I feel like the grovel isn't always the best, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if they don't grovel enough, I don't like it.
Oh, I don't know what I just opened.
But then it can be like, yeah, it's hard to find that balance of the enough grovel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any good age gap or fake dating? I think fake dating's huge for 2021. There are like a million and one. That's what this is. They're fake engaged. Like everything's doing fake dating.
Mm-hmm.
Who has actually fake date in real life though? That's just me. That's my problem.
That's true. Yeah.
You've never had somebody pretend to be dating you though, like to like get somebody to leave you alone? 'Cause I've definitely done that.
Yeah, for like 1 second.
Yeah,
like
but not for extended time.
Yeah.
Not for a full time or to win a baking competition.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie Robert, I feel like for age gap is good. Olivia Dade has 40 Love, which is an age gap, which is it's really good. I love it. She's older and he's younger, so that's nice.
Yes. That's what I love now. I'm like, give me the older woman and the younger man, because we've gotten the older man plenty.
100%.
No.
That's the thing. Like, I don't think it ever resulted in love, so like, does it count? No.
I forget about this one, but this one's an oldie but a goodie. The Addicted to You series. Ugh. Do you not like that?
I do love that book so fast. I was like, I cannot.
I read it a long time ago, so
it was just too much. I feel like
I really loved the first one, but it just really deteriorated after that.
I could see that. I was just like, I can't do this. I think Harlequin desires nail fake dating and like fake engagements, because like they're just long enough that you're like, yes, and then it's done and you're like, cool, we're over. We're out of here. Like, we did not have to drag this out. Like, I didn't have to read 400 pages of it.
I've never heard of this Talia Hibbert before.
I've read one of those in that series. I don't know if it was that one though.
It's a series?
Yeah, she has a series. It's called Just for Him. Yeah, I've read that one. I don't remember it.
Is that kind of guy in that series, is he? Is that one?
No, I think that's the town series. Is it Ravenwood?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Something like that? Okay. This is like one of her random offshoot ones.
I've never seen this cover before. Ever. How did I not hear about this? Interesting. Oh, but it has a 3.5 rating on Goodreads. It's fine.
I gave it a 3. So, I mean, it was fine. It's fine.
I know Lacey just finished this. I haven't read this one, though.
I've added it to my list.
I guess I like it. Oh, I do agree. Something in the Way by Jessica Hawkins is really good. I've only read the first one though, and there's no HE after the first one. So let's see what else we have.
The only age gap romances I read are the novellas.
Like Jessica Kane kind of things.
Yeah. Like I'm not actively looking for a 40-year-old man, like 400-page romance. I'm just going for the dirty, quick and dirty, in and out, let's go, and then I leave.
I feel like that's most of my age gaps as well.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know their age gaps going in, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Like it's an age gap.
Yeah,
that's
suddenly
fine.
someone's 40 and someone just turned 18.
Somebody asked for DDLG, and wanting Mr. Kane by Shannara Williams was interesting for that one. It's definitely very taboo and very dark.
What other tropes do we like? Oh, Marriage of Convenience in contemporary. I love, but I barely read.
Yeah, I'm never
Because it's not out there. Like Marriage for One by Ella Mays, I loved.
Oh, that's on my TBR.
What is the other one? The Mario Zapata.
Did you read White Whiskey Bargain by Jodie Slaughter?
Oh,
No, is that?
Yeah, that's Marriage of Convenience.
I will read that. Meg, what were you gonna say?
no, the Wall of Winnipeg. I think that's the one.
Yes.
You said
Yeah.
Marriage of Convenience.
Lush Money by Angelina Lopez is also Marriage of Convenience. Trigger warning for dubious consent.
Okay.
I have Zinni on my TBR. It's on hold at my library. So as soon as it comes up, I'm going to read that one.
Really good.
It's so good.
Yeah, I read Rafe, but not Zenny yet.
Rafe is so good. Can we talk about the hero who just absolutely loves the heroine? Is just like, I want you, and we're going to be together. I love that kind of hero.
Yeah, me too. A book that I read like that is Hero by Lauren Rowe. I really like that book. It's so good. I love that one. And I think it's so underrated. I heard about it from Bree from 11 Words. She loves that series. I need to continue on.
That whole series is really good. We have this one. What is this one? I haven't read this one yet.
I think
That's the third one.
That's possibility.
That is also age gap because she's older than him and single parent because he's raising his niece.
I did not know that.
It was
You
good.
didn't
It was,
read this last one
it was
yet?
pretty good.
You didn't read it yet, Jess?
No.
Why?
Books I haven't read yet. So I have the audio reserved, and it's like 3-month wait because like all the new like Avon and Berkeley romances at my library, the audiobooks have like 1 million holds before me.
That sucks.
I haven't heard of that one either. Oh, I can leave that up. Sorry. Even though she gave it 3 stars.
I'm still trying to think of like a trope. I feel like there's tropes and then there's like subtropes.
Mm-hmm.
Like which one? Like I like sports romance, but I feel like that's very like generic. Just
I love sports romance.
Sports romances are good. I need to read more of them.
Mm-hmm.
they're so fun.
I really like Neighbours or any sort of when they're like forced to be next to each other.
Forced proximity.
Oh, this is true too.
Oh, yeah.
Brother's best friend trope is really good. But I like it when it's historical. I'm in the wrong chat. I'll see myself out. Bye, guys. Brother's best friend is a really good one. Makes me wish I had a brother.
And it never happened. So
Yeah.
I wonder how often that happens. Do any of you have brothers? Did that ever happen to you?
One
I hear
time,
about it.
my brother dated one of my friends.
Oh, I thought you meant it was the opposite.
I know. I thought you were dating.
No, I had it, my brother. No, but I had the opposite. That I didn't go well when they broke up. So
no, I would hate that.
Wow.
my brother's 8 years older than me though too. So like, it gets it can get weird.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah. This one's a good one for that.
Mm-hmm.
What are some recent? Oh, I didn't mean to click on that one. I can show it. I didn't mean to click on that. Sorry. What are some recent contemporaries you've read that you've enjoyed? And I'm gonna go to my Goodreads because I don't even remember what I've read.
That's exactly what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
What's a book?
I just read Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I guess it's
My dad just read that.
really. It was so good.
Mhm.
I really liked it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I read Trouble with Hating You. I just got it from the library and I like read it the same day. I'm like, this is so good. I think I read it in like 12 hours, something like that. It was so good.
I love that one. That's Hate to Love and Office Romance.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's another good trope.
Yeah. I just read my first Kennedy Ryan and I literally was like, this is the best thing ever. Where have I been? Actually under a rock. I just read Flow because everybody says to read Flow before Grip. And I was like, for such a short book, like I was like 5 out of 5. Like this is so good. And then I also recently read Float Plan by Trish Dollar, which is like really emotional, but I honestly really liked it. And it's really short. It was really good.
I want that. I want that book.
It was good. I had an arc of it. That's why. And it was
so pretty.
It's good.
Yeah, I just read that one.
Did you like it? Because I'm going to read it next. It's on my Kindle.
How dare you? How dare you?
Best quarantine book I've read to date.
Yes.
Smoking
I've
hot.
never read one, so I'm nervous about reading a quarantine romance. So
No, I think she handled it perfectly. Like it ends like this January, so it was kind of cool. Takes you a little, like through it a little bit more. So
I know Riley's been reading Nikki Sloan, and I'm very intrigued.
Oh, I want to read the Doctor.
I love Nikki Sloan.
What was the Doctor about? I don't remember, and I know I watched her vlog, and now I'm blanking on. Anybody remember? No.
I haven't read it, so
No, I haven't
I
read it.
literally just put them all on my Kindle to read like in the next week.
The Kingmaker series, Duet, is my favorite by Kennedy Ryan.
Okay, so like I haven't posted the first video yet, but I'm trying to do like this year like author try series where like I try different authors. So I think I'm gonna do Kennedy Ryan next. The first one that I'm doing right now is not me blanking on her name, Tiffany Jackson, which is not romance, but I'm reading her.
Grown?
Yes, I'm reading all 4 of her published books for the blog, and then I've only read her first one so far, allegedly for it, but it was really, really good. And people say that one's her weakest one. So
Monday's Not Coming was really sad.
I know. I'm gonna be really crying.
All of her books are sad. Like Grown is really sad.
I mean, don't chase that with Kennedy Ryan because you're also going to be sad and happy.
I'm gonna take a break. Like that's why like the first book I've had to put some distance between myself and allegedly before I can pick up another one.
I haven't read How to Fail at Flirting, but I heard this one's good too.
Gray Hair Don't Care by Karen Booth was surprisingly fun.
Oh, did that come out?
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing that cover.
It's older second chance. Like older couple, second chance. So that's kind of fun. I don't know. It's fun not reading about people in their like 20s in a weird way. Like for a change of pace, I was like, oh, this is different.
I feel like, is it Alexandra House who writes people in their 30s?
Christina C. Jones does too.
Yeah.
And it's just nice. Nice change of pace sometimes.
This book made me cry.
Okay.
By Chili Cole.
I've had that on my Kindle for years and I've yet to touch it because that's what everyone says.
I was sobbing. It's not really romance, but The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I just read that.
You just read it?
Such a mess. I just read it because I didn't think I'd like it because everybody hypes it. And I was like, oh, I probably won't like it. Oh my gosh.
I think I read that.
I was a hot mess when I was reading that.
Yeah, I think I read it like 3 years ago, and I remember I was in here, and I used to have a chair in here, and I literally stayed up till like 4 a.m. reading it, and I was just crying on the chair in here. My parents are like, "Why are you awake right now? Like, are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not okay. I'm struggling.
I didn't like that one.
I gotta go."
I'll leave first. Don't worry.
You know, I can't even judge because I said it in the chat earlier, but like I'm not a Talia Hibbert stan, so which is very controversial. So I just kind of hide. I'm like, no.
Have you read by her?
I've read the first two in the Brown Sisters, and I read her royalty one.
You didn't like.
Okay, I did
You didn't like Danny?
I like Danny. Danny's the only one of her books that I read that I liked. I did like Danny.
You
then-
might like Eve.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll think about
To be
it.
You
fair,
might like
I
She's
was
like,
like-
okay.
You don't
It's like
have to.
one
I'm
of
just
the
saying you might.
But like, okay.
until I got to Eve, I was a bit unsure about the hype, but
Okay.
Eve just changed my mind.
Okay, yeah, because I love royalty romances, and Nicole in this comment, and I read her royalty romance, and I was like, I don't like this.
Those
Like,
aren't good.
I'm not liking this.
Yeah, I read
Like
that
straight
one.
up, those are not good. Like they're
Okay,
not good.
okay.
Her other
okay.
stuff is better. The Ravenwood series is much better, I think. The Brown Sisters are better.
Oh,
I think her royalty books are not good.
the
And
Ravenwood
the
also
audiobook
for
was
heroin.
terrible. The audiobook for the royalty romance was bad.
Oh yeah, so bad.
Because they
So
tried
bad.
to do like an accent, because
Yes,
like
the
and
accent
the
sucked
accent was
ass.
like, Nicole, like I'm dying with this accent right now. Like it was horrific, honestly.
You had to slow it down too because you couldn't pick up everything, and then it just didn't sound right, and it was
isn't it
just like
It was like the British something. Like the series name has British in it, and I was like, he's not even British. Like she's British. So his accent was like some random European accent. And I was like, what's going on?
yeah, no, I couldn't do it. The audiobook was just so bad.
Royalty romances. Those are fun. Have you guys read any?
I don't think I've, apart from Red, White, and Royal Blue, I don't think I've actually read any.
I like Royally Screwed. I need to continue on that series.
Those
but I
are
really
fun.
like
The
that one.
Chase.
I really like
agree.
those.
They're
The
so
second
I
good.
have those books.
That Karina Holly one, I read the Nordic King. I thought that was fun.
Oh,
It was like a nanny romance.
Really
I
good.
heard that one's good.
I read Royal We. I forgot it's the two authors. It was okay, but I have the second book, which is The Air Affair, that I want to get to.
Is that
I'm
the
like
one
already.
William?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Prince William and Kate Middleton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan fiction. I'm like, I already know their lives. Like, do I
But
need
now
to read?
after the whole Meghan and Harry thing, I'm like, do I want to read about Kate
Exactly.
and William now?
I mean, I'm still on
read
Kate's side.
Yeah, the Nordic King I thought was really good. Oh,
I did not enjoy this by Alyssa Cole.
if you like a plot-driven book, I think it's fine. I also did not enjoy it.
It's
We
not
had like
that-
the same opinion on it, so
Right. It was very
This is the latest one.
political. Yes, but her new one sounds so good because it's sapphic and she's like trying to. It's called Runaway Princess. Something.
The Runaway Princess, yeah.
And like she's trying to track down the princess because she ran away. And isn't she like the fixer person?
Mm-hmm.
It
The first
sounds
one.
really good. So I have high hopes for the second one.
I'm hopeful. I'm also, if it's not good, it's okay. Like maybe she's bored writing these. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're going on like 7 royalty books now.
Her other series is really good though. The other royal ones.
Mm-hmm. Those are like top tier.
What was the first one?
A Princess in Theory.
Yes, because I have a princess paper. Those are really good royalty romances. I just try to remember about that. What was the Air Affair? I don't
The
know.
second book.
Yeah, the second book.
It's
To
based on
royalty.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I can't think of any other royalty.
I don't really reach for them.
No. Like, I was talking about this in one of my videos. I am not a fan of like the contemporary billionaire like royal romances, but give it to me in historical, and I'm like, yes, please. Like, I'll take the Duke, I'll take all these rich guys in historical, but in contemporary,
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why.
You don't like rich people?
No.
I love them.
Care. Like, okay, cool.
I love them. I love rich people.
I also think that's a Harlequin thing too. The rich guy, like the
Yeah, buy everything for me, please. I beg you.
Exactly. I want that life.
I don't want to be working anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Lush Money is a billionaire heroine and a prince hero. That was I really like Flush Money.
It can't just be one; they have to be both, royal and rich.
Well, his country's running out of money, so he has to marry the billionaire heroine.
That's like a historical plotline.
It really is. It's pretty good. I enjoyed
the person that just said I want a sugar daddy so bad.
That's a vibe.
That's a mood.
That's a whole mood
I want
right there.
I want a sugar daddy.
Me too.
That's all the books we want. Oh, this is a good one. Friends to Lovers.
I don't really read Friends.
Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren.
That is a good one.
Get
I like
me that.
Christina Lauren, like her books haven't been that great. Their books.
I haven't read The Soulmate Equation yet.
My coworker loves Christina Lauren, so I gave her my arc of The Soulmate Equation, and she loved it. So
Did you get it back?
yeah,
I miss old Christina Lauren.
Yeah, the old one.
I really miss the Dirty Filthy.
it's been a long time. Even like the Honeymooners were so good, but it was like Fade to Black. I'm just like, come on.
Yep.
Banging on the door, let me in.
Lovers.
I just missed it. You Deserve Each Other. I Am in the Minority. I did not like this book.
I hated that one.
I hated it too.
But I know
Hated
people really love it.
If somebody wants a sapphic Friends to Lovers, there's Party Favors by Erin McKellen. That's really good. It's centered around New Year's Eve and like a big party. They've been like online friends forever, and then they hook up.
Was kind of sad when you said like New Year's Eve party. The first thing that popped into my head is High School Musical.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Nothing sad about
Never
that.
met, like that's how they meet. Like originally, like they're at like a New Year's Eve party,
Yeah.
and they like do a little karaoke moment together.
Wow.
My life changed.
I'm gonna watch it and I'll think of you. One day I'll watch it.
Okay.
Think of all of us.
I will. I'll remember this moment. I'll tag you all. I'll be like, I did it. I watched it
Watch
finally.
the second movie though. When
The
he sings
second
that,
movie is better.
that one is iconic. So
The second movie where things don't work out.
Fabulous.
I was singing that while making food the other day, and my mom was like, "Are you okay?" Like I just started randomly singing it out of nowhere.
I
Which
used to
one?
in that song. I was super obsessed with High School Musical. So, someone did put my two favorites. They put Truth or Dare by Danielle Allen, and then Inevitable Conclusions by Christina C. Jones.
And Riley's got Go Deep, which 100% is top tier also for Friends to
That's on my
Lovers.
TBR.
That was the other one. I was like, I feel like Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan's Friends to Lovers, technically. If you want to cry your heart out.
Oh, is that the second one?
Long Shot's the first one.
The first one?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the second one I didn't finish because it was so depressing that I never picked it back up. Because isn't her like ex/friend like dying?
I don't know. I've not read it. I literally, I read like one Kennedy Ryan a year and then I'm done.
Oh, this one was so good. Brooklynaire, which is the like he's actually the rich guy, like CEO, whatever, like the owner of the it's fourth romance, and she's like the assistant, and it's finally their romance. But this one is the fourth one in the series, but she traditionally published the first three, and then like she started indie publishing the rest. So there's like 5 more now that are all indie published.
Mm-hmm.
That one's really good.
Yeah, Berkeley Romance. What's happening there?
They missed out on that.
What's the tea?
I've never heard of this Christina C. Jones?
She's got other friends to lovers too.
Yeah.
She's good at it too, I would say.
Fern Michaels is like been around a lot, right? I don't think I've read a Fern Michaels.
I have not.
The Dugout, is that Megan Quinn?
Yeah.
Okay. What are some authors that you think are underrated that you wish more people would read?
Somebody's got to go first.
I just read Ania Forrester, and I've only read one of her so far, but it was just so good. And I just accidentally ran across her in Goodreads. I've never actually heard of her before, so I would definitely recommend. She does kind of like, well, I read a sports college romance, but it wasn't really much on the sports, and they were college age, but it was during the holidays. And I know that there are other books follow, for example, his father and his mother, and different ages. So I think I've not read the others, so I can't say, but she does seem to have like a few different options in terms of the stuff.
Spell her name.
Okay, I'm gonna have no idea. Nia.
Oh, Nia.
And then, yeah.
Okay. I was trying to find it. And oh, there we go.
I read Snowflake. But that helps.
Yeah. I just put it in the chat if anybody wants to look that up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I have one of her books on my Kindle.
Where did it go? Katrina Jackson. Really good.
Yeah, Katrina Jackson's really good. Jodie Slaughter. I think more people need to read Jodie Slaughter. She's only got 4 books out. You could just blow through her whole backlist. And Erin McKellen, who I mentioned earlier. I feel like nobody talks about her on Booktube. And she's got all your holiday romances.
I need to read Nicole Falls. That's why I put this up. I really like Nicole Falls. Just gonna put up everybody's and what they say.
I feel like people already talk about her, but Elsa Madden Mills, but I feel like everyone already knows her.
I feel like you only see like the same books though. She has more.
Yeah, I read a lot of her older stuff, so I was a fan, and then I skipped a couple years, and now I just read her new stuff, so I have to go back.
Maya Hughes has good romances.
Mm-hmm.
I do love Brittany. Penny Reed, I don't know how I feel about her books.
Oh no. Why? What happened? What's wrong?
I mean, I read Truth or Beard and I didn't like it, and then I know Izzy doesn't like her, so.
Have you read her other ones? You know, the ones that launched her into fame?
That was
Like
her
the knitting one?
series. Right?
Do you mean the Knitting in the series? Knitting in the City series?
Yeah.
I read those a long time ago. I have big issues with Penny Reed, but that's a me problem to an extent.
I think you shared about it in one of your videos.
I did. I talked about it in Authors I Won't Read.
So, oh my gosh, I did the anti-TBR tag and I talked about problematic authors, and people got so angry at me for not reading authors because of what they do. And I'm like, that's my least liked video now. So many people have disliked that video.
How many dislikes?
I doubled down. I did all of the badly behaved authors of 2020, and then I did my anti-TBR, and everyone was like, I don't like you. And I was like, that's fine.
Defending Jamie McGuire. And I'm like, I can't with you all right now. Really? But Brenda Jackson's an author I want to read.
That's
I like
frustrating.
Brenda Jackson's books.
On TikTok, they recommend Jamie McGuire all the time.
TikTok.
And I'm like, do you know what she does?
Oh God.
TikTok is
God.
15, and they need to catch up to the times, because I see Corrupt and Punk 57 and Beautiful Disaster, and I'm like, literally, I was talking about this 5 years ago on YouTube, but okay, welcome to 2021.
That's why I don't go on TikTok.
I want to join Book Talk
I don't.
because for the clout. For the clout.
It's
They
so
grow so
confusing.
fast.
I will tell you,
so
I had 48 followers, and then 48 hours later, I posted something about Crescent City, and I had like 1,800 followers.
I did
don't know
a
what I
like,
did,
bookshelf
but now
one.
I have like 2,500. I'm like, I don't know where you people came from. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with you.
I had
don't
people just like
understand it.
confused that I have rainbow bookshelves. They're like, "How do you find your books?" I'm like, "I know what books I own. That's how I find books. I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah, it's
Book Talk's weird.
yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Our Scarlett got into some stuff with other authors and stopped writing. So
Like, did she start it or did they attack her? Is my question. I guess.
they attacked her.
Who's wrong?
Or some things. I don't know how much I can say because I kind of heard about it from an author friend. So it's, you know, the whole like mean girls in the indie romance industry. It was like with that whole thing happening.
Okay.
Riley, I do want you to do this video, please.
Yeah,
Okay, you need to Riley, come on.
do it.
I heard TikTok like they get mean on Book Talk to each other.
They
So
do.
They like
Wait,
attacked somebody for buying Sarah J. Maas books. It was
they're
wild.
mean to people. Okay, we have 3 minutes left with this group. So any other last minute like rapid fire recommendations, things people need to read?
I'm excited for all the new Berkeley romances that are coming out this year in the later half. There's also like a lot of Asian authors coming up, which is pretty
Heart
cool
and Soul
too.
is really good. Jen
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that one.
Did not know that she was adopted.
Oh, I didn't know that. JC
Oh, I
Lee's
just got that art. That one looks good.
Yeah. But I still haven't read A Sweet Mess. I need to.
I'm just personally not happy that I have to pay for all those books because they're so expensive in Canada, but I'm going to do it anyways because I love them.
What are your favorite contemporaries?
Sophie Kinsella, I never talked about her. I like her.
Yeah.
I like anything by Bethany Chris. I talk about her a lot, but she does like organized crime stuff, but it's still contemporary.
Managed by Kristen Callahan is probably one of my all-time favorite contemporaries.
I need to read that. We didn't even talk about Rockstar Romances. There's so many. There's so many subgenres. I haven't read that one though.
I mean, it's so basic, but I love Marion of Sparta.
She dropped a new cover, and it's really pretty.
Oh, so excited.
I already talked about like all of mine. I really like Dirty Kisses by Kenya Wright, but that's like mafia, so kind of more dark romance. But I love that one.
It's good.
It's so good. I love a good mafia romance.
I do too, though I got attacked on Twitter for recommending mafia romances.
Not attacked.
Oh my god,
Wait,
I'm so like
I thought you
mafia
said rockstar.
up, and I'm like, this literally is a subgenre, and I'm just sharing books. Sorry.
Not attacked.
I had to like put my Twitter on like private because people were retweeting and attacking me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Archer's voice
That's
is really
really
cool.
crazy.
I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, I have to read that one still.
I had it and then I unhauled it.
I got it for free on Kindle.
I got it for free from the publisher and I went, nope.
Okay. It is 7:45, so it is time to shift over to some historical romance. But thank you everybody for joining. Everybody is below. Make sure you follow every single one of these lovely people who joined me. You guys are awesome. But I'm gonna
Goodbye, people.
now, so if you guys wanna now it's just me, and we're gonna add some lovely people. Hello.
Hi.
Hopefully they remembered the time. On a few more people. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
My screen is frozen,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure if you can see me or not. But
I can see
hopefully-
you.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're good.
So I'll just pretend you guys are moving.
We are missing Lacey And I don't remember. Oh, Desiree. Hello. Oh, I like
Hi. Hey, Desiree.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I've got like a whole new setup going for like my
Hey,
school
we're
thing, and I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry I don't have bookshelves. I'm about to paint, so.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this chat. I've like only been reading historical romances lately, so
I know, I love it.
Yeah,
hi,
same.
Lacey.
Lacey.
Hi.
All right, so we will go.
Sorry I'm late.
You're right. You were in the chat, so I knew you were here. So
Yeah.
we'll go around, introduce ourselves, and say what you're currently reading. So, Rachel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings. The sings is because I'm an opera singer when I'm not doing booktube stuff. I just recently, like 30 minutes ago, finished Learn My Lesson by Katie Robert, and I adored it. It was so amazing for me personally. And then in terms of what I'm about to jump into right after this is over is A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm so excited because I read From Blood and Ash back in January, and I'm just like dying to see what happens next. So, yeah.
Crystal.
Okay. I'm having technical difficulties on here. I'm sorry. My internet is terrible. But I'm Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, and I'm currently reading Marrying Winterborn, the second in the Ravenel series by Lisa Kleypas. It is my goal this year to read all of Lisa Kleypas' books, so I'm getting excited about that.
Good luck. She has like a bizarre backlist.
I know. Like, I mean, only her historicals though. Like, I don't want to read her contemporaries right now. So,
Dana.
Hi, so my name is Dana. My channel is my name, Dana Quadrato. I'm currently reading, I was saying this in the chat, How to Catch a Queen by Alyssa Cole, which I'm listening to it on audio. So the audio helps because I like hearing the African accents, but it's very slow. My next read is historical romance, and it's Lord and Lady Spy by Shanna Galen. And it's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith retelling, and they're both spies and they're married, and I don't think they both know that they're spies, so I'm excited.
We will shout out your read along we're doing.
Thank you.
It's the spy. What is it called?
Spring of Spies.
Spring of Spies.
Yes.
They're all like spy historicals, and I have the screenshot on my phone of all the books you're reading. I'm really excited. Because Winds of the Storm, I did not know was a spy thing. By Beverly Jones.
Really?
And you have Alyssa Cole on there too. I don't know what's that series called? The Extraordinary?
Yeah, so we're doing a Hope Divided, which is the second book. And then we have a Meredith Duran, a Sherry Thomas. His At Night is a spy book, so I'm excited.
And that's on your Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So check that out. You did you did the Winter of Wildflowers? Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
It really sounded like reading. Oh, sorry, Crystal's back. I didn't mean to ignore you.
I'm so sorry.
So I didn't see you there. I wasn't ignoring you. That's right.
Okay, hi guys. So my name's Desiree from the channel Genki Reader and the Instagram Genki Reader without the space. I read basically everything under the sun, I guess, but I'm really been reading a lot of MM this year. So if you watch any of my vlogs, I swear to God, I'm editing. I haven't posted anything in a while, but I swear to God, I'm finally doing it. It'll mostly be MM and boys love manga. And I'm currently reading, what am I reading? I was literally the Game Changer series by Rachel Reed. And I just finished the second book, Heated Rivalry. I'm in love with it. I gave it 5 stars.
Dumb babies. I love this so much.
It was so good.
I've never heard of this before. What is it?
It's so good. It's called Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed.
Okay.
So good. It's hockey romance.
Love it.
And there's some rival teams.
MM hockey romance.
Yes. It's all Lacey's fault.
Don't forget it.
Yeah, I told her to read it, and we kind of buddy read the series.
Yeah.
Okay. That reminds me of is it like Him and Us kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited. Oh, Lacey, you're next.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. I'm Lacey Book Lovers. I'm in the middle of quite a few books. Our book club read, Accidentally Engaged. I'm also reading Float Plan by Trish Doller.
Uh-huh.
It's the last book in this TBR video that I just need to finish. And then I also started The Doctor because I saw Riley loved it.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
And now I know The Doctor is ex's dad's romance. I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's like a birthday girl essentially,
Right.
but he's a doctor.
Interested.
Okay, Crystal already went. Now we're out of order. I'm reading this. You're fine. I'm reading this, but I'm in the middle of this.
Ham.
And it's amazing. Though, okay, so someone told me they changed things in the audiobook from the original book.
Really?
I heard that there's a new audiobook that was made recently. They redid it, and I've heard that there's weird differences. Like, oddly, there's passages that are out of order from the in-print book.
Same with her Wallflower series.
That's
Those
so
were just
weird.
redone too in audio, and they're missing.
So my library recently got like a ton of Lisa Kleypas audios. I was wondering about that.
Because Cam is Roma.
Yeah.
Do they call him the G word in the book?
I think he calls himself that.
Because that word has not been uttered since I started this, and I'm like, that's
not. Maybe that's what
I don't know if
it.
that's changed.
Okay, that would make sense. That would
I
make
would
sense.
take a look because I haven't actually like looked in it yet. But it's the same narrator as who does Bridgerton, so like it's just giving me all the Bridgerton feel. The Bridgerton audiobooks. It's so good. Cam, oh my god, but the bees terrified me when she like found that beehive in the wall, and I was like,
yes.
But he's just like, and now there's a love triangle, kind of, but like he's getting jealous, and I'm obsessed with it.
Are you gonna read the
I love that book so much.
series?
I will, but I'm doing a video right now that has to do with two of you. So
I guess we can guess who.
You'll see next week. Anyways, okay. Okay. I didn't know.
I remember it being in the book when I read it. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was wondering, because I know like it wasn't really considered a slur until recently. I don't know, because I only heard about that when I started talking about Devney Perry series, and someone was like, "Oh, that you really."
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." And that was a few years ago when it came out, and so I know a lot of these were written before then. I don't know like how long that's been considered a slur, because that is like what they used to call them, but I don't know. Okay. All right, let's talk about historical romance. So, where do we want to start? Favorite tropes or favorite authors or
favorite tropes? Let's go for favorite tropes.
Okay, what are your favorite tropes?
Ultimate favorite is Marriage in Trouble. That is my
historical does so well.
Yes,
it does.
My favorite Marriage in Trouble at the moment is The Devil's Submission by Nicola Davidson.
I think I've read that. I love that one.
Oh my god, it took my breath away, because not only do we have Marriage in Trouble, we also have a hero who's bookish and a sub. We have a plus-sized heroine who's a dom. And the reason why their marriage is in trouble was basically because of miscommunication, which isn't my favorite thing, but they fixed it. So like, so it's fine. But there's just so many amazing ingredients going on. And I also just really enjoyed Nicola Davidson's writing. So yeah, at the moment, like that is it for me.
That's a novella, right? 100.
It is. Yeah. It's
okay. Yeah, I've read it. I gave it 5 stars. It's so good.
It's so good. It is
you
so
should read it. I think you would like it, Lacey. It's really good.
I think Lacey, I would too. Yeah, highly recommend it to all of you if you haven't read it.
I'm gonna find it for sure. It sounds fantastic.
I'm actually reading right now Marriage in Trouble, To Have and To Hoax by Martha Waters. It's a rom-com, so they're being really silly, trying to one-up each other and make the other one feel bad. I like it so far. It's not like amazing or anything. It doesn't have the best reviews, I don't think, but
So is that
it's not terrible.
the second one in that series comes out soon, right?
Yes,
Because I think I have an arc for that I
Mhm.
oh, it comes out Tuesday. Dana, just shh. You didn't hear that.
This now makes me concerned that I'm listening to the audiobook of my
Oh, weird.
So
watered down.
I don't. Now I'm like, do I have to go and reread this entire book that I've already been
Oh
listening?
no.
Well, how
I
far
mean,
are
if
you?
you're liking the audiobook,
I have 3
then-
hours left.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you might as well just finish then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe upon reread, just read the physical book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say
Yes!
Star Hero. That
Yes.
was going to be mine too. Yes, for sure. Definitely.
My Darling Duke.
Yes!
Doing, and it's an all-time favorite now.
It's so
really
good.
good.
Oh my god.
I don't know what
I just read Texas Destiny, so that's like an American historical, and he is a scarred hero, and he is so damaged. And I didn't love that book, but I really liked his character. Like, he was a damaged hero really well. Scarred hero.
I read book 2 in that series first by mistake. So I want to go back to read the first one because I liked the brother in there.
Yes,
I didn't like book 2. I couldn't finish it, but I like her writing. I just thought her book was so long for the story she was trying to tell. That was my problem. But I don't know.
It's interesting to read that because I've read a couple of her newer ones recently, and I just am obsessed with her newer ones. But this one was very, like, totally different from what she does now.
Maybe I'll go back because I am interested in that brother.
Yeah.
I read one Lorraine Heath book, and I agree that, like, I feel like it went on a little too long. So I'm interested to read, like, most recent stuff, to see, like, how her writing has changed.
My Darling Duke. Not My Darling Duke. That's what I just said. My Darling Rogue. One Darling Rogue.
Oh, that's the one I read.
The Amnesia one?
Rogue.
Yes. Sorry. There's Darling in both of them. I get confused.
Yes.
The Amnesia one. I'm obsessed with Amnesia romances.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think I've actually read an Amnesia one. I'm feeling left out now.
How to Forget a Duke by Vivian Lorette was a really good one.
Ooh,
You have to continue that Sherry Thomas series, Jess.
Yeah,
I need to read Sherry Thomas. It needs to
The
happen.
3 in that series has the amnesia trope.
Okay. The first one was really good though. The beguiling.
Loved it. Yeah.
So good.
I feel like I've read way more Scarred Heroes than I can actually remember reading.
Same.
I think the last
No,
one
I've read a lot of, for sure.
I think Elizabeth Hoyt does a
has
scarred
two.
hero really well too. She's got several that have scarred heroes.
She does. That she does. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one was really good. Lisa Kleypas.
That's the one that I hear about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited
That
to
was
read
my
that one.
first Amnesia one, and I was like, I need more of these.
I think that was you. I heard talk about it, Jess.
It's really good. I just like listen to historical audios like all day, every day, and I just
Yeah.
Yes,
They're so easy to listen to. Yeah.
Audiobooks are so good. What other scarred heroes are there? I did really like the Kerrigan Byrne one where he didn't have a hand. The Duke.
Oh, the Duke?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't read that one.
No, I forgot he
Either.
didn't have a hand.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't want to say what he did because that's kind of a spoiler. He tells
Right.
me, but yeah.
Nobody
He's a bit of a
really loves
jerk.
that one, so I like have it way down on my list.
I
Yeah,
liked it.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, I liked it.
That one.
Did you like it?
I think it's my least favorite of the series, but like I love the series, so that's not
Yeah.
bad that it's my least favorite of the series.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a 4-star read. Like, still
Yeah.
really good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The heroine is really great in that book.
Yes, I think it was the
Mhm.
hero that I had problems with. It was the
Yeah.
hero was great.
It's
But
always harder for me though if I don't love the hero. Like, I feel like I can forgive a heroine, but if I don't like the hero, I'm like, chuck the book at a wall.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Once and Always by Judith McNaught.
I, I went and watched your live show after you guys were talking about that. I was like shocked.
I was so disappointed.
Aw.
Yeah.
It has like a 4.2 rating on Goodreads, and I'm like, how?
Oh no.
I gave
I'm
it
the complete opposite though for my books. If I don't like the hero, then I'm just out of it. I can put myself in the heroine's place if she's not good, but I can't do that for the hero.
Exactly. Yeah. Another scarred hero that comes to mind is The Beast of Bezek by Evelyn Howard. I personally really loved that one. It's another Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm trash for that, so
there's so many, but
there's so many.
But they're so good.
They are.
Rachel, which shirt are you wearing?
Lovely Barbie.
Highlander one of that. I love their shop.
Yes. Oh my god, I can't because I want to buy every shirt like from every little collection that they just released.
Yes.
My wallet is not happy. They're just all so beautiful.
Yeah. I want the alien romance one, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Where would I wear it? That's where I draw the line.
Exactly. I would like the vampire romance one, but again, where am I going to wear these shirts? Like just around the house.
I mean, we don't leave the house anyway right now, so it's fine.
Oh wait, Dana, are you wearing Hello Lovely?
I'm wearing the Bridgerton one.
Oh, cute.
Desiree wearing Hello Lovely.
I'm reading. Oh, other side. The reader side.
And then Crystal too. We're all wearing our romance bookish.
Love that for us.
And I didn't even do it on purpose.
Below if anybody wants it. It's always, I love so much. But Highlander recommendations. Anyone have any?
Never Seduce a Scot by Maya Banks was amazing.
Yeah,
it was so good.
It was one of the first Highlander romances I ever read.
Okay,
So
but
good.
that book 3, I know Lacey, you've been waiting longer than I have because I just read Never Seduce a Scot. But book 3, it has been like a 10-year wait.
At least 8 years.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Book 2 released quite a while ago, and they changed the publisher too. It was supposed to be with Berkeley, and now it's with Avon. And they changed the cover too. It used to be so pretty. I'm not a huge fan of the new one.
I assumed that all of those books were out already. To me, they seemed like they were all at least like 10 years old, and I was late to the game.
Yeah, they kind of are.
That's what I was thinking too.
She hasn't been writing or releasing. I think she has health problems.
Oh.
Yeah, she's had health
I
problems.
want to read Love as a Rogue. Yes. Come on, Lenore Bell. I need to read that.
Over there. I know Lisa read this and really liked it.
It's so good. And
that
so,
one
like,
is so good.
fun.
Yeah, very cute.
Okay, I know Jen loves Donna Fletcher.
I need to read that one.
I need to read this.
Just for the chains, I mean.
Right?
Honestly, the cover.
These are both great. The Secret and The Bride. They're good.
I still need to read those too. I have not.
I think
read
I like The Secret better than The Bride, but also I read The Bride way before, and I think I just wasn't into that type of hero yet. So it might also be on the same tier. I don't know. I don't know.
The Secret is just so good, though.
Oh, it was great. I still need to read an Eloisa James.
Another Beauty and the Beast retelling.
I haven't read this one, but I
One
love
is
it.
that person.
Love it.
I also love This God of Mine by Sophie Jordan. It's really good.
Yeah,
I need to read that one. I love Sophie Jordan.
I think I have that one signed, and I literally haven't touched it.
I just read the first book in that series, and it's so good.
I know. I need to read While the Duke Was Sleeping. I've been reading that series out of order, but I need
Me
to.
too.
Yeah.
The best thing about historicals, though, you literally can read wherever you want, and it's normally fine.
Exactly.
I still don't like doing it, though.
Yeah.
I always do it.
I always do get low-key annoyed when a couple is like mentioned, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't know.
That's why.
Like what?
I'm gonna type in "Fugly Barbie" is where Rachel's shirt's from, and then literally all the rest of us are wearing "Hello Lovely."
You didn't
which
even plan it.
Linked down below. So, we love Hello Lovely here. The heroine is deaf, and it was absolutely amazing. I really like that. I really like
really well done.
representation in historical romances. I think they do it so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't read them out of order. Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Riley.
I did not know this.
Oh, I need to look up that book now.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Let me put that down. Outlaw Lady. Oh.
I still have not read Lorraine Heath.
Oh, really?
Read one
I'm
book.
shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Lisa did her whole Instagram.
I know.
Or Loretta too.
I know.
I confuse them in my head. I think they're the same person, but they're not the same person every time I see their names.
Yes,
you know what? It happens.
Oh, Joanna Shoup. I love her so much.
I love the class difference trope. We haven't really talked about that one, but
yes,
so good.
The power dynamics of it.
Yes.
Have you guys though read Joanna Shoup's new book? Because I have not heard good reviews.
I've heard overall, like everybody's been giving it 2 or 3 stars, and that makes me really nervous, very nervous for sure. Because I love her Uptown Girl series, and I'm getting into the 400 series, and I love that as well. So that definitely makes me very nervous for sure.
I don't know what this is.
But it sounds amazing.
Oh, that's Lorraine Heath. That's a trilogy by Lorraine Heath. I think.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty
Writing that down.
Yeah, that's another one that I've heard recommended a lot for getting into Lorraine Heath. But speaking of new releases and like cover reels and stuff, did you guys see the what is it? When You Wish Upon a Duke? The cover. Yes, I adore that cover. It is so pretty.
Wait, who is that by?
Sharon.
She wrote A Duchess a Day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Snow White.
Yeah.
They just revealed the cover today, I think, for the next book, and it's so pretty. I think it's like a Tinkerbell-ish, Peter Pan retelling-ish kind of reimagining.
Yeah.
They're so magical. Those covers are stunning.
I know. I am obsessed. They're so pretty.
I haven't read a lot of them, Tess. There's a lot of like big names that I haven't read. Yeah, like I haven't read Eloisa James, Kerrigan Byrne.
I haven't either.
Lisa Kleypas. I know that breaks a lot of people's hearts. There's a lot of people I just haven't read yet.
Yeah,
I own their books.
I know I own a lot of these authors and I have not gotten to them yet.
Yeah. At some point it'll happen. I'm like one of those, like it's too hyped in my mind. So like as soon as I start it, I'll like not want to finish it for some odd reason. I'm like, I could read this one book with no expectations on my shoulders. That's just, I don't know why I'm like this, but
I get that way about.
I feel like I'm definitely more.
Go ahead.
I'm definitely more cautious with older, more popular authors. Like they're just, I don't know, scary.
Elizabeth Hoyt's amazing.
Oh, love Elizabeth Hoyt. I need to read more of her Maiden Lane books for sure.
She's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked, which one was it? Duke of Midnight? Was it Duke of Midnight? It might have been
that one. Yeah.
Dearest Rogue.
Yes, Duke of Midnight comes right before Dearest Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the covers that are coming out today.
I adore them.
Yeah,
I do too.
Absolutely love them.
They're gorgeous.
Sarah McLean's new cover.
Oh yeah. It doesn't feel like a historical.
No,
I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
The one
he's standing and like
the font is very modern.
It's very modern, and I don't know if I like it.
I don't know either. Like I feel very meh about it, but hopefully the story inside isn't meh.
It's Sarah McLean. It's gonna be amazing.
Like I and Dana are gonna fight.
Oh, wait, here's a real question. How do you guys feel about like the animated covers versus for like historicals versus the pictures? Because I've seen a lot of animated ones lately. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan because of the type of animation they use.
Yes.
It just sometimes I don't even like it on contemporary because it looks a little like comic bookish type Sunday cartoon. It's not that it's bad. It just doesn't fit my vibe for historicals. I'm not a huge fan.
I do like the cover for The Queer Principles of Kit Webb by Cat Sebastian. That's coming out later this year. I like that cover, but
it's illustrated, right?
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
illustrated.
that one looks
It's coming
really
out in
good.
trade paperback, actually, which is fun.
I'd have to see it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's cute because Cat Sebastian's books have that like lighter vibe to them. So
they're cute.
I feel like it fits the vibe of the story or of the synopsis really well. But sometimes
it's more detailed too.
Yeah,
it is. It's more detailed and it looks like almost like retro. Like it seems very time era appropriate. The illustration style I felt like, whereas I feel like a lot of the newer illustrated ones, like they just look too modern and it doesn't seem to fit. So
I agree. Yeah. I think there's a way to do it right, and a lot. I don't know. Like you were saying, Desiree. Like it can look cartoonish.
Oh, this is cute. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm on board with this one. That's so cute.
Yay!
I knew you would love it. That's right.
She calls it her coffee shop romance, and I'm here for it.
Oh, love
that's
that.
so cute. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I love Cat Sebastian though, and I know Desiree finally read The Gentleman Never Keeps Score. And
so cute. Oh my god, I
read
died
that one a few days ago. I love it so much. I love that series.
So cute.
Yeah.
I've only read one Cat Sebastian, but it was a 5-star. I loved it so much. It was fantastic.
Which one?
I read it with Seasonally Booked Up. It was The Ruin of a Rake. It was so
I need to
good.
read that series.
I haven't read that one.
It has kittens and a sickbed scene. You need to read it. Like it's so good.
She does sickbed scenes really well in her books for sure. Yeah, I love all of the books that I've read by her.
Those are very common in historical romances.
They are. Like, somebody's always on the verge of dying.
Yeah, people are always sick. I mean,
and then you just forget about like being proper, and they're like in the bedroom together, taking care of each other. And like, you're sick, you're dying. I feel like it happened. The first one I read recently was the first Julia Quinn one. Some of All Kisses.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, he like hurts his ankle and then she has to like nurse him back to health, and it's a brother's best friend one. I think it was a Some of All Kisses. I really like that.
Was it?
It seems like there are a few authors that, because Julia does that. She like Benedict's book. There's a sick bed scene.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Hers always has.
Lisa Kleypas loves them too.
Lisa Kleypas has a lot of bed scenes for sure. For sure.
Oh, it's Just Like Heaven. I don't remember the titles of the books. Just Like Heaven's the first one. I think Some of All Kisses is the third one. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I always get the titles wrong, but I love that series. I know, Lacey, have you finished her backlist?
Yep.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Amazing.
I even
How
read
many
the
books
novellas
is that?
too. It's
Wow.
around 30 full-length books plus a couple novellas.
Wow.
Took me 3 months.
What a cool thing to do, though. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I could never.
So, did you read them in order?
Yeah, I read them in publication series date order. So there's a
That's
lot
so
of
cool.
cameos. But I've never read an author where I've had such a wide range of ratings.
For the Just Like Heaven series, I read the first 3, but literally everyone has given that Richard book like 2 stars, and I saw you did too in your wrap up, and I was like, oh,
So bad.
Oh.
What other old school historicals do you like? Because I've been getting into those and excited.
I've only read a few. I get nervous about like the consent issues and like I don't know, but I know that there's ones out there that don't have any of those issues, and but it's finding the right ones for my reading taste. That's a little bit more difficult, I feel like.
I have not found an old school historical that I love with my mind today. Like I read them as a teenager and I remember loving them because I didn't know any better. But when I look at them today, I don't love them. And so a part of me is like, it's hard for me to rate them because I don't want to like rate them low because they were like a pioneer of the genre and they built up what is today. So it's like, I struggle with that a lot, but I definitely want to read more, but I haven't found any that I love today.
Have you read Lord of Scoundrels? Because someone
that is on my list.
I love. That's more old school. Yeah.
That's the one that I'm determined is going to be my love. Yeah.
I think you would like it a lot, Crystal, actually.
Yeah, I think you would too.
Yeah.
Everyone who's recommended it, they said, I think you're going to love this. So I'm like, I'm
you'll
pretty
love
sure I
the
will.
heroine.
Yes, you would love the heroine. You'd be all about
She's
the
my
heroine.
favorite,
Oh.
I did really enjoy Devil's Bride.
I'm interested in that.
I love that one.
I want to
was
read that
surprised.
too. Yeah. Jen's got me interested in that one for sure. I just need to find the audio.
The audiobook was pretty good.
Love Only Once? Joanna Lindsay? Was that what it was called? The first season?
Yeah, that
Oh,
sounds
the first book. Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that one.
Yeah.
Joanna
I think I
Lindsay
have
that I
that
really
one.
liked was Vikings. That like it was a random pickup was Fires of Winter. It's like if you like dark romance,
I really
and
want to
like
read that.
Vikings
Is that the
content
first
warnings
book?
abound. I think it
We
might be
read
the-
Hearts
Yeah.
Fires of Winter
Wasn't
is
that
the
for like
claim.
wasn't that for like the very first historical romance readathon you guys did? Wasn't that the one?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you read Whitney, My Love yet?
I'm
No.
scared.
It's huge.
I'm so scared to read that one.
Not as bad as people say it is. Like I read it and I was like, oh, I mean, that was okay, you know. Like the controversial scenes.
Right? The republishing, they took out some of the scenes.
Yeah, they rewrote it too.
Interesting.
But then I'm like, would I want to read? Because so who did the rewrites? Because is she still
Judith?
She did?
Okay.
Okay.
Because they published
Well,
she republished it quite a while ago when she was still writing, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, then I'm interested because I have the new edition of Whitney, My Love. I don't have an
Me
old
too.
school one. Yeah.
I have the old one.
I mean, I think the new cover is really pretty though. And it's like a fat book. Like
Yes, it is. It's a brick. It's an actual weapon.
Her and Laura Kinsale have the like biggest books.
Yeah,
I need to read her too, Laura Kinsale.
Yeah.
Me too.
Who are some authors that you think are underrated for historical romances? I feel like we read a lot of the big names.
My time to shine. I have one. I wrote it down. Allie. Her name's Allie Theron. So Theran Theron. I recently read her Love in Manhattan series. It's set in the 20s. It's an MM series, and I've been trying to get people to read this series. It's so good. It's kind of like, think of The Diviners kind of meets the Will Darling series by KJ Charles, and that's what you get with this series. I love it to death. One of them is like he's a scribe, or he can read objects for like magical purposes, and the other one is like a rich guy who falls in love with him almost instantly, and it's also got like the tall small dynamic and things. I love it so much. Please read it. I'm so bad at describing books.
So good. Yes. What's their name? What's the author's name?
Allie Theron. Allie, Allie.
I'm just going through.
Oh, got it.
I saw Riley mentioned Scarlett Peckham. Scarlett Peckham is for sure underrated, and she has some very dark and I think they're very good indie historical romances too. Like I like them
I still haven't really gotten into her. All the ones I've read
was so good.
Like I can see that.
I know Lacey did, but I did.
The Raycast was loved it so much.
But I don't know. You didn't like the other one she wrote, right? The
Duke I Tempted.
Yeah,
that one is also.
That was like
Okay.
a 3 star for me.
Yeah.
And I loved that one, but I've heard other people who say they didn't really love it, but I loved it. So I still bring her up because I think she's a beautiful writer, and I feel like she really handles sensitive topics in a way that is just fabulous. I just love her, but I can see how she's not everyone's cup of tea, but
I
she's
can't
mine.
wait more of the books in that. What is it? The Society.
Society of Sirens.
Yeah,
Society
I'm
of
excited to
Sirens,
see
yeah.
like how that series goes along because
Yeah, I like the group, you know, the group,
Yes,
their
yes,
cast.
I
I really
love
like them, so I will definitely continue. I was disappointed with the first book.
Yeah, I understand, and I feel like
Well, I don't think you're alone. I know there are other people who are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I felt like it was. I don't know. We don't need to discuss. I gush about the recaps a lot, so I don't be quiet.
Oh, did I spell Theron wrong? No, I did spell Theron wrong. My bad. Let me fix that. That's how you spell it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I spelled it wrong. That's.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. This is how you spell the author's name. I really liked the Duke Heist.
I need to read that.
That sounds so good.
She sent
I
it
need
to like
to
a
read that
ton
one
of
too.
historical romance bookstagrammer, so it was like all over Instagram for a hot second.
I love the cover. Yes, Kate Bateman.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I really want to read that Princess Bodyguard one.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. So good.
The Princess and the Guard. We need more historical romances like that.
Princess and the
Princess
Guard.
and her guard.
What?
Yes.
What one?
Princess and the Rogue. It's the 3rd book in the Bow Street Bachelors.
Oh, I haven't read that yet.
Oh, it's so good. I think it's the best in the series for me personally. It was so good. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw someone in the comments mention Olivia Waite, and we need more female historical romance.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes.
I think I've read like. Sure. Let me find it. It's another Nicola Davidson.
Oh yeah,
really
Nicola does
cute.
clear good.
I love it.
It's called The Lady's Lover. It was really cute. It wasn't like steamy. It was just like really sweet. But that one's a historical, and I think it's like one girl is like disowned by her father because he finds out that she's gay. And she like falls in love with her lady's maid or something like that. It was cute. I like that one.
Oh yes. Also, this is super exciting. The Duke Heist is going to be sapphic, so
that is very exciting.
Love to see it. Yes.
Really.
Publishing with Forever.
I think so.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Another traditional.
I read a book that Samantha recommended to me by Mia Vinci. It was called A Beastly Kind of Earl. And I thought that was really, really cute. It kind of had, like, he was a scarred hero and she was like a really sassy heroine. Like, they had a ton of banter. It had like Tessa Dare vibes with their banter. But I liked that. I thought it was cute. So I'm kind of interested to read more from her.
Mia Vinci as well, because I read her debut, which weirdly is book 3 in the series. She wrote the series completely out of order, and I don't know why. But her debut was A Wicked Kind of Husband, so it's a marriage of convenience. Yeah, I love that book.
I was really
so
impressed
funny.
with it. Like, I thought she was really good, and I think you can get those. Like, you can get her books on Kindle Unlimited too. So
yeah, they're indie. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, I can have every answer.
That's why I'm on this chat.
But like, I've been obsessed with historicals. That's all I've been posting on my channel, and it's getting like no views. And I'm like, please love historical romance.
I totally feel you on that. Like on my Instagram where I'm more active, sometimes I'm like, I'll post a book that I'm in love with, but no one has ever heard of. So you'll get like 50 likes
right?
Because they've never seen it.
And it gets like 1,000 and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I feel like a couple of years ago, whenever I post anything on Instagram that was a historical romance, it would not get any likes because it was like everyone wanted to see YA and fantasy.
Yeah.
But now it's like I found my people, and
That's how I feel too, Dana. It's like anything other than historical romance, people are like, no, you don't want it. Get out of here.
I found like when I do post historicals now, they do really, really well. compared to everything else.
I'm completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me personally, my historical
Well, that sucks,
videos
Jess,
do the
because
best
I love your
out of
historical.
anything.
Mhm.
My video I posted today hasn't even reached 1,000 views, and that's very, very bad for my channel.
I still need to watch it.
It makes me. I'm like, read Beverly Jenkins. Watch my video.
Oh, I love her so much.
Wild Rain was so good.
I love
It was
that.
really
Yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah.
so good.
I cannot
I
wait
gave
to
it
read that one. I
stars.
still haven't read it yet.
I need
I
to read
really,
the
really
first one so
enjoyed
I can
it.
get to that one, but I'll do
It's
it.
really quick. It's a really quick read.
Yeah.
And
Do they
it's
have
the
audio?
first cinnamon roll hero too, which I really appreciated.
Oh, because I really like
Yeah.
Spring. That was her name.
Yeah,
Right? I really liked her in her brother's book.
Yeah, I need to
So
watch
I
that
think
series.
I've asked this before. That one is part of the Women Who Dare series, but you don't have to read it in order, right?
Right.
No, I don't remember a connection, honestly.
But
Because
No.
like I remember we were talking about that with some romance friends. I don't remember who. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure it was Melissa Dana. And she like had this diagram of how they were all connected, and I'm like, this confuses me, and I don't know how.
Not the
what I'm supposed to
diagram.
read
Not a diagram.
all of her books are like connected somehow. Like the Levesques
Yeah.
are like, everywhere, and
Yeah.
they were talking on Twitter, I think.
She needs a
But
family
Jeez.
tree.
Yeah,
agree.
there's one on Twitter. That's right. Yeah,
Her covers are amazing. They're always nice.
Beautiful, beautiful, yeah.
they're seriously so gorgeous.
I never read her book mother, but it's okay.
Her Destiny trilogy for me is like, it's everything. I gave all of them 5 stars.
That's one I haven't read yet, and I watched your video, Jess. I watched it, and I have to read it now.
Those 3 books today. It's my favorite by her.
Love it. It's so, so good. And they're unique too. They all have a unique feel to them.
We have 3 minutes left, so if you guys want to
Oh.
This went so fast.
something, that went by very fast.
It did.
I'm going to throw in a recommendation. So, because in the contemporary one, you guys were talking about Grump Sunshine. And so I want to recommend 10 Things I Hate About the Duke by Loretta Chase, which is her most recent release. And the heroine is the Grump, and the hero is
Ooh.
a sunshiny character, and their banter is immaculate. So, so good.
I totally agree with this, though. Yes.
Yes!
Agree. Yeah, for sure.
Surrender.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Exactly.
Sorry, Dana, were you going to say something?
I was going to throw out my random recommendation, which is Lady Daring Deserves a Lover, or Lady Daring Takes a Lover by Julie Ann Long. It's really good. It's like a widow and his like her husband who passed away's mistress team up, have a boarding house, and then they both have their little happy ever after. So it's really good.
That was my first book by that author.
I realized it's my second, only by going through Goodreads.
I've already given. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Lady Daring
Yeah, Lady Daring Takes a Lover.
Takes a Lover.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry, Desiree.
Okay, I've already given my rec, so I'm gonna give it's like a new release. It's not upcoming that I'm excited about. The Gentle Art of Fortune Hunting by KJ Charles. It's her new release where the hero and his sister are poor, but they're really attractive. So they're fortune hunting at these balls and whatnot. And I think the hero is trying to get with the niece of his love interest, who's a grump. And I am all about grumpy heroes. So it's another MM.
Which one was that again?
I have to read KJ Charles.
The Gentle Art of Fortune Hunting. She's like my new favorite for historicals. I love everything
High
I've read by her.
ratings. It has really high ratings.
She's great. Oh my god.
Want to read.
My random recommendation is one I just read. It comes out on Tuesday. It's Scoundrel of My Heart by Lorraine Heath. And I just felt like this was fantastic. I loved it so much. There was so much pining between the two of them. Like, oh my gosh, it was so good. And he builds a club just for like older women and second sons. And it was fantastic. I loved it.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It was so
Her
good.
new one just went up on NetGalley, right?
Yes,
she has a
it did.
special. I was like, her new release hasn't even come out yet.
And that one's coming out in the fall. But that's the second in this series, so I'm excited about it.
I was trying to find a random recommendation, but literally everything I read lately was Julia Quinn. But Accidentally Compromising the Duke by Stacey Reid was fantastic. That book, first book in a series that I need to continue, but like she wants to scandalize herself and goes into a room to seduce a guy and ends up seducing the wrong guy. And has to
Oh my gosh, that sounds fantastic.
I love that
So
trope.
good. It's so good. I love her setups for her.
Yes,
She has very unique setups. Yeah, she's
like
so
her
good.
new one. That one was so cute. She was trying to get revenge on her bully, and the hero. She thinks the hero is her brother trying to help her, and it's just adorable.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to text me that one because I want to read that now.
Yeah.
We are unfortunately out of time. I have to make these longer. Oh my gosh. But thank you everybody for joining. That was a lot of fun. I could talk about
It was super fun.
all day, every day. But everyone's linked down below. So make sure you give every single person here a follow, especially for historical romance content and they read other things, but especially historical romance. But thank you for joining. I had a lot of fun.
Thanks
for having me. This was super fun. Thanks so much, Jess.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Hello. We are
Hey.
Tamika is here. Let me add her. All right. Welcome, everybody. Switching gears now to indie romance, which was originally going to be dark romance, and then nobody was joining, so we changed it to indie romance. But we can talk about dark romance too, which is always
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
We're gonna veer that direction.
I was indie romance because I obviously 100% would have been like, let's talk about dark romance.
Yes, which we still can, which is fine. Welcome everybody. We will go ahead and introduce everybody, and we'll talk about what we are currently reading. So, Jen, you're first.
Awesome. Well, I usually have 5 or 6 books going at one time, but today it's just 2. So, first off, I always have historical going. So, I said this before. I'm reading Wicked Intentions.
So good.
Step back.
Let's just show this sexy babe right there. Anyway, this book it's going good. And then the other, which is a dark romance, it might be hard to see this one. It's the new Karina Halley, Black Sunshine. Vampire book.
Yes.
I just sent Jess a screenshot of something that happened, and I was like, girl, this book. So,
it was good.
It's good.
Desiree's calling Charles out.
What? They're just headphones. Leave me alone. Desiree, leave me alone.
Good audiobooking that you do, right?
Yeah, I have to have good headphones. I have to protect the ears.
Jessin.
Hey guys, I'm Jessin from Jessin Reads Romance. I'm reading a couple books right now. I'm reading The Intern by Serena Ackroyd. It's an office romance, and one of the heroes is I think his grandfather or his father is like a duke or something, so that's cool. And then To Beguile a Beast by Elizabeth Hoyt. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to read this ever since Historical Romance Readathon, because I read To Seduce a Sinner, and this couple was teased so much, and I just can't wait.
Which sweatshirt do you have on?
Oh, I have the Highlander romance. I love the Highlander romance one.
Oh, dark romance.
Yes.
I just love our collection of bookish shirts.
Yeah.
So. Charles.
Oh yes, I am Charles from Books on Stereo. Hello everyone. I'm currently reading It's To Catch an Earl, I believe, by Kate Bateman. It's the second one. And I can't remember if it's To Catch an Earl or something else with an Earl. I'm reading the second one in that trilogy.
I think it is that.
There's this one and To Catch an Earl, or the first two.
Yeah, that's right. Then it is To Catch an Earl. I was like, I know the first one has Earl in the title too. But yeah, it's going good so far.
All right, Naima.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hi everyone. My name is Naima, and my channel is Naima's Reads over there. And today in general, I'm reading The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory, and then also The Dare by Elle Kennedy.
Ooh.
Is the Dare the last one?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
most recent Briar U one, I believe.
Okay. I wonder, Gail Kennedy has not come out with anything recently, so
I know.
I don't know. Tamika.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tamika from Library of Tomes. I'm currently reading 2 books. I have an audiobook and an ebook. Obviously, I'm reading Ringmaster because I never finished that Buddy Read with Bree because I'm horrible. And also Dirty Kisses because that's the Taboo Book Club book, and I have to finish that by tomorrow.
Who's Dirty Kisses by?
Kenya Wright.
Kenya Wright. Yep.
That's good. She's her book.
And that is your book club with Jen.
Well, not currently. Because book club.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
She's been having rotating hosts because I was like, drowning, help me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
So Tamika, you run it now?
What is it?
You run the book club now?
Yeah.
And you have to come on your channel?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you have the Taboo Book Club, and then Jen, I know you're doing the Rake Appreciation. You're over here. Rake Appreciation Society.
Yeah.
I get confused. I'm pointing at you. Which is with Crystal from last live show. Yes. Anybody else have any other like book club things they're doing? Announcements? Whatever. Charles, I think you are. Or not.
Charles always has.
Charles is like, what am I doing?
Why do you?
Double booking.
I feel like
you all.
I feel like I get put on the spot. Like people think I'm doing like 100 secret projects.
You are though.
You are.
I am though. I am though. So when someone asks me like, what am I up to? I'm like, can I tell? Can I say?
I went to your channel the other day, and there's all of these like to be coming up. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
But do you have one currently going on?
No, I don't have any. I'm doing the Taboo Book Club with Tamika for. I don't know. Can I announce it?
You're not supposed to announce it yet, Charles.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Then.
Absolutely not.
I'm
That's definitely
absolutely
not
not.
April. Absolutely not happening in April.
Yeah, let
Oh yeah, more else in the dark.
What you're
Inside
doing.
Changeling. Thank
Okay.
you.
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
Izzy.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I thought you were doing something right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What do we want to start with? Indie romance. Jen's prepared with her whole bookshelf behind her.
I know. I just put this together. Look at my baby Tristan's. Where is he? Oh, he's so pretty. Sorry.
Oh, show off that TL Swan.
Okay, I've
Where's the
never read
first
a
book?
TL Swan, but you guys reading her makes me excited. Though Jess and I know you haven't liked some of them, and that makes me nervous. So.
I like her ones that she did with Amazon with Montlake because I feel like her editor was a little bit harder on her. So her indie ones I felt could have used a bit of cleanup, but it was good stories. Like I like her ideas. I just feel like she needs a strong editor.
Yeah.
Is Takeover with Montlake, or is that indie?
Yeah.
Montlake, and it's perfect. I love it. Read it.
Miles High Club was her first, was the first one she was contracted to with them. So there's 2 books in that series. The 3rd one comes out later this year. But Gretchen, you're right in my sweet spot. It's so
those books are so good. The
steam. I just reread that today for the podcast. So
I've corrupted the Smart Women Read Romance podcast. I literally had someone message.
You really have.
There's someone messaged me who listened to your podcast, was like, thank you for making them read Mafia. I was like, I didn't make anyone do anything.
You really did, though. I didn't even read Mafia until this year, and you were basically like, hey, but try like 10 of these and maybe you'll like one of them. And that's why I've been reading so many Mafias, because it's Jen's fault.
My pitch was 8 books in is my favorite book. And she's like, okay, I'll read all the other 8 together.
No.
Yeah, I have to blame Jen too. You're trying to. I'm about to pick up. What is that? Serena Ackroyd. Filthy.
The Filthy series. I just finished Filthy 6. So good.
And I was like, Jen, all these books are not available on audio. So I'm like, why are you setting me up like this? You're talking about it so much. I'm like, I want to read it, but I'm like, these books are long.
How do you spell the author's name?
Serena, Akeroyd. Ackroyd or O-Y. I don't know. I think it's spelled that right.
I think it's OYD.
Yeah, someone put it in the comments. But
I'm pretty sure Nalika did somewhere, possibly.
Yeah. The intern was really good as well. That because she has
right. That's why.
The first books I ever found by her was actually a really dark BDSM series. That was because I was asking for BDSM books and people gave me her. And then a year later, when I've been reading Mafia, it came up to read this. And I was like, oh, I think I liked her. This series is like miles ahead of that, in my opinion. Anyway, sorry.
Do you like it better than Cora Riley? Oh my God, 86 pages.
Don't answer that question, Jess.
I was gonna say, like, put Jen on the spot.
I think that Serena Ackroyd's a little bit more consistent than Cora Riley with the books that I like, because Cora Riley has had some really big misses for me, especially her newest release, Twisted Cravings. I was just like, no, I'm so disappointed.
My video today, everyone was like, Jen, you put Cora Riley in this video. And I was like, I'm going to be honest, because the series started out up here and then went up to here and then it went down like this. So you got to be honest about that stuff. Like, the first 4 books in that are fantastic. Like, they're 6 stars. And then it was like, did you just use all your plot? You know, did you use all the plot in those ones? So yeah, Serena Ackroyd is, I mean, they're as like dark as you can get with some of that stuff. And still the heroes are so,
they're really obsessed with their heroines. Like, they're really obsessed with their heroines almost immediately, but they're still badass. I love them.
Yeah, but they're not controlling the way that some Mafia ones are. Like, they're the like,
they're not disrespectful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but they're very like, oh, I can't without spoiling everything, so I'll stop. But Filthy is a plus size heroine. It's age gap, and the hero's like, I want you, so let's do it.
I love literally all of those things. So
yeah. And someone said in a previous one, in the one, they're like, Beverly Jenkins made me like a surprise baby. Well, Serena Ackroyd has one that's a hidden baby. And those of you who like watch this, the only time I'm okay with hidden baby is when it's in Mafia, because I'm like, logically I can buy that a woman wouldn't tell someone she's having a baby when they're a psychotic murderer or something. And I'm like, it's okay that you lied about it. Contemporary, where you got like pregnant from a one-night stand, I'm like, you should still tell this person because you should tell them about it. So, oh, you did. Sorry. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough series to get through.
That's a hard sell.
Yeah, like watching Jen pitch it is like, it's not for everyone, but I love it.
I would not recommend it for everyone. That one's a hard one to get into, but I liked it. But you definitely have to know your audience for that Deliver series.
I actively don't pitch the Deliver series, but just for the fact of you telling people not to read something, you know, they want to read it. So that's my in, is I'm like, I'm not recommending you read this book about slave traders, but you should read it.
Like contemporary?
Yes. Yep. Okay. The first one is a female captor, male captive. Virgin, male captive. He's 20.
Yes.
19.
Is that Pam Godwin?
Yep.
And he's going to be a pastor as well. Yep. So it's very interesting.
Yep.
We were talking about like historical romance. The captor-captive thing has been a thing since like the 70s. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and it was really cool. I watched the live show that Pam was on last night, and I loved hearing her like just talk about that. She takes those on as like challenges. Mm-hmm. And I was just talking this with Tiffany, is I was like, she's reading one of the hardest, I can't even say a hero. The hardest love interest in the series is this one particular man. And she's like, Jen, I'm not going to like him. And I was like, but you are though, because he's Pam Godwin. And you're going to love him by the end. And it was like, yes, I do love him. But that series is fantastic because it's about people who've been the most abused, standing up for other people. And because they've been through these horrible things, they're willing to go further than like the police could go, further than the FBI could go. They're willing to do it. But Should anyone attempt it? Maybe not. Like, watch out for your own mental health first. That's what I would say. Like, so I'm gonna stop talking now. Does anyone else have something to say? I'm sorry. I'm not here to steal the light. I'll stop now.
Jen can just talk by herself this whole time.
Yeah. But I will just show you how beautiful. So,
I don't think I've seen that cover. What is that cover?
I know,
That's the first 3 bundled together.
Oh, whoa.
It's fantastic.
Oh, that's really cool.
Nice. Yeah, the other covers aren't this friendly.
No.
Literally two
No.
Yeah. That's Josh. Poor Josh. She said she does those photos.
Normal.
Yeah, it does kind of. He kind of glowy-eyed.
Yeah.
But so I'm actually trying. So one of the reasons I started this series is it's not a secret. I'm planning to do a video with all of her books in it. And I realized I had about 15 of her books still to read. I thought I'd read most of them. I had not. So she's quite the backlist. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Has anyone read Anna Zares? She's another dark. Her stuff, I would say it's almost Pam Godwin level, but not quite.
But not handled as well, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Like she has, it's like weird. This like it's a horror mafia series is like a set of like I would say 3 different trilogies.
Yeah. Twist
like
Me.
One is like Capture Me, Twist Me, and then yeah.
Yeah.
Say hello, Chloe.
Chloe is Charles' dog.
Yeah, same as I stumbled across that her first, like the Captive trilogy, when I was just like, oh, I'm ready to try something darker. And then bam, here's Julian, have at him. And I was like, oh, wasn't prepared for, I'd never read a Captive like this before. I'd read like a fun one and a historical where they're like, I'm trying to protect you from this, not I actually just want to rape you, so I'm going to keep you. Like, puppies.
Dogs.
Sorry,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is Penny's similar to Deliver? I don't know.
Oh,
I think
by Peppa Winters, right?
Yeah.
Winters?
Yeah, it's like that really, really dark captive, and there's like a really bad guy, and then there's a good guy who like rescues her or something like that. Have you guys read that?
I haven't read Penny's yet.
I haven't read it.
Just free recently.
Yeah, I got it for
Yeah. So I've only ever read Tears of Tess by her, which is like Deliver, actually.
Okay.
But I haven't read Penny's yet. I somehow still get scared. I'll just tell y'all. Like, I'm just telling you about these series, and then I hear it, and I'm like, I'm scared to read this. And then I'm like, are you though? Because look at what you read. And I'm still scared. So,
are you scared to read it? We read
myself.
Whispers in the Dark.
What?
We read Whispers in the Dark. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And I was terrified. I had to read that in the daytime. But
we also read The Skeleton King.
Yeah, but that one was just gross. I wasn't scared of that one. I was just like that the whole time.
That was me with was it Wild? Whatever that one is. Where it's like
Oh, by Kay Webster.
No, thank you.
I'll take the Wild over The Skeleton King. No, thanks.
Did you read The Skeleton King?
No, I can't.
No.
It's an experience.
There are some like dark, weird things in indie romance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what makes it great though, because they can just push boundaries, because there's no publisher being like, hey, rein it back, or we don't want you to do that, or that's going to be a tough sell. They can just be like, well, I'm publishing it anyway. That's why I like it, because it's like a challenge. Like, what do you have for me today? What's going to be different about this book? That's why I like it.
Yeah.
Not the answer, but
I think that's the thing. So this is a discussion I've had about the dark romance part before, is it's what makes me excited is that when I hear the premise of the story, whether it's mafia or a captive or whatever, and I know that they're going to have an HEA at the end, I'm always like, how? And will I believe it? You know, like, that's the thing with like Untouchable. There, I did it. I name dropped it. Is I was like, how is this going to work out?
I just talked about that in a video I filmed today, and I cannot do it. I cannot.
He's on the top shelf. I think I remember. Oh, he's right here.
I'm actually about to reread it soon.
Hello, my love. Oh.
I didn't mind it. I think I gave it probably like a 4-star. I don't know.
But I understand.
See, I didn't read it.
I understand anything people have to say. But my dark, twisted mind was like, I'm fascinated. So it was for me.
I get that, but I could not.
But I get it. You're also, you're also a teacher. And I feel like if you saw students being like that, you would like call the police for them. So I'm not trying to put you in a box. I'm literally saying like, if I was a teacher, I probably wouldn't be okay with it. Or if I had kids or those things. So.
I just don't like it if the hero like is non-consensual. I just don't like it. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That knocked your stars off of Sea of Ruin too, didn't it?
It made me so disappointed. Like, perfect. Not rude about one little scene.
Yeah. And see, I like that one for the fact that happens and he immediately is like, I'm never going to do that again because it ruined everything.
I like the conversation happens right after. Like it doesn't linger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why did you do that? I would have given that to you if you would have just asked.
Yeah. That's why I did give it all the stars is because I'm like, we talked about it. It wasn't, he did it and it's okay. He did that. And it's like, that was not freaking okay. What's the matter with you? Which I feel like never happens in a book. They're just like, I can do what I want. And she was like, but
yeah, that's true.
Really
Pam
true.
mentioned that. Like, if you put trigger warnings, your books get banned easier.
Wow.
So that's why Pam doesn't do trigger warnings.
Yeah. Even in the author book. What? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That one author who was like, I'm not doing triggers because it's going to spoil my book. And if you really need it, then come ask me. And like, that was annoying. But this makes me mad at Amazon for doing that because they've even started putting it in.
They have to say it as like an author's note. And she was like, you can't even warn about it because if you have your book on KU, you'll like get banned. So
yeah.
Interesting. But like published books are doing that now.
Yep.
I don't like that, Amazon. That's
Yeah, I think trigger warnings are necessary. I had somebody come at me in my comments because they were mad for that I was giving out content warnings, and I was just like, no, I'm always going to do it.
Yeah.
I was
like
Bridgerton books, and they're like, why is everybody such a baby today? Like, get over it. People die.
I wonder if it's the same person because that's exactly the comment that I got, and I was just like, no.
Oh my God.
No, I completely I'm for content warnings and trigger warnings, especially when it comes to dark romance. It's really, really hard to know what people's hard limits are.
Yeah.
There's like dark, but then there's like dark and like darker, and then there's like darkest. Like there's a certain limit that people will not go, and you wouldn't want someone to read a book that I recommended, and they're like, I was like deeply triggered by that book. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, did I traumatize someone with a book recommendation? Like, I don't want to do that, even if it's a spoiler.
Yeah.
I think it's still worthy to get those.
If your book is good enough, it's not going to ruin your book if people know the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I've said this, so because I've actually read the duology Izzy's talking about because I heard that she was being bitchy like that because I wanted to read it and like see what it was about. And I was like, you totally could have put these trigger warnings in the front and now you've made all these people upset when you could have just had it. Like if you open an Amazon book that has an author's note, it takes you to the first chapter anyway. So if you want to know those things, you can go back and look, or you can just not, you know, but like, I know we've had the trigger warning so much. And as a dark romance, like stan, I understand it, right? Like I feel like that's part of my job as a reviewer is to, because I'm not scared of anything and I don't have any trigger warnings, I will read those books so that I can tell people because this doesn't scare me. Sea of Ruin stuff, it doesn't scare me. Vampire weird sex I was reading, it doesn't scare me. So I will read it and then tell people about it. So that's what I'm going to do, you know, but anyway. Don't be bitchy about it as the author because that just makes you look bad. You should want people to be able to enjoy your book and not be thrown. Like the trigger warnings that I do have are never in a trigger warning anyway because I have trigger warnings for like abortion or death of a child or things like that. And those never get put in warnings. You know, it's always sexual trauma. It's never like things like everyday issues like that. Like, infertility gets put in stuff, but like that. So I get real fired up about it because I'm like, yeah, I can read a book about a captive, but nobody warns me if like someone loses a baby in a book, like, because that's a surprise. So anyway, I have pretty mundane triggers for reading a dark romance. But
agreed.
Where do we
I
go
agree.
now?
What is the dark romance? You want to talk about other indie romance? I kind of just hijacked it.
Yeah,
So
we don't need to talk all dark. It's okay.
yeah, like, talk about stuff now. Like,
Let's do some light and happy ones.
Yeah.
Let's do some rom-com. Let's bring some joy back.
Take over, everybody. That is as rom-com-y as you could get. No,
I was laughing out loud today listening to the audiobook. I was cracking up. I love it so much. It's so good.
Is that one that's on KU?
Yeah,
and the audio's free.
Yeah.
Is the takeover better than the stopover? Because I love the stopover, but then I read the synopsis and I was like, I don't know about this one.
The takeover?
No, for the takeover.
Yeah. Oh, it scares everyone away.
Better.
Because it's a single mom. It's a single mom with 3 kids, teenagers, and it's an older woman book.
Yeah, she's 4 years older.
Yeah.
The kids are amazing though. I love
the kids are so good.
When you do the kids right, like the whole book can be trash, but I'm like, you did the kids right. I was like,
the kids were so good.
Kids are gonna be
especially the bad one. I was like, I love you.
Harry, the wizard. I loved him. He's so bad.
Yeah.
He's so psycho. I love him.
So there's a lot of people do like the stopover better because it's a one-night stand office romance. The conflict in that one doesn't work for me. Again, personal opinion. Whereas like the takeover, because it was things that a mom would be feeling and like going through, it just really worked for me. It's also really personal because I've like had a loved one who lost their spouse and remarried, and there was just so many weird feelings mixed up in there and stuff. So part of that is just like personal stuff, but also it's hilarious and it's one of the sexiest of her books, and it is like, it's great, but y'all know how I feel already, so I'll just
I like the stopover. It's one of the only books that I've read that has like a journalist-esque character in it that I've enjoyed.
Yeah. That you approve of.
Yeah.
I thought about you when I read it.
It's one of the only ones I like.
I know what you mean though, because I can't read teacher romances without rolling my eyes about some of the things they talk about. I'm like, that's not realistic, but okay.
Yeah. That's a good video idea. Jess, have you done a video like that?
No, but
reading teacher romance?
She read like journalist romances as a journalist. I guess I could, but I'd hate all of them. So
I did too. You should do it.
I just want to hear your
Good
critique.
idea.
Have you read Misconduct, Jess? I forgot if you
I did, and I actually did like that one.
Okay.
But I feel like
she's not falling in love with a teacher, with a kid in that one. She's falling in love with like a parent.
Right. Well, I tried reading Getting Schooled by Emma Chase, and it was absolutely ridiculous. And I just was like, this is garbage. But she wrote the teachers like teenagers, and I was like, teachers do not like talk like this about each other. But
yeah. And what about the R.S. Gray one where they're both teachers? Have you read that one? Have you read R.S. Gray?
That was so stupid. It was like in their contract that they couldn't date, so they decided to get married. And I'm like, this is dumb. Like I have a friend who's engaged to another teacher and they're getting married this summer. Like you can date each other.
Sorry, that's my favorite R.S. Gray, but they're also nerdy.
I don't like R.S. Gray anymore.
Yeah. I knew that about you, so that's why I figured probably didn't work. But
what are underrated indie authors?
Ooh.
I've been waiting for this one. I love KB Rose. KB Rose, you have to read. She's on the darker side. Okay, well, I only love one of her books. The other one,
you only read 2 of her books, and you liked one and you hated the other one.
Okay,
I have to call you
one
out.
that I read.
You really love one though. What is it?
Exactly. It's called Ecstasy by KB Rose. If you don't like love triangles, then I would steer away. But if you love triangles, then pick it up. Yeah, it's so good. But the first scene, like the first chapter,
is a menage. I don't care.
It's so good though. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, the first chapter is a lot. Naima
Yeah,
warned me.
no, yeah, the first
It is
chapter
a lot.
is super intense, but if you like push through that, it's amazing.
I need to think.
So is anyone shocked? I want to say Brianna Hale.
Is Tamika gonna go ahead and answer this?
Are you good? I don't. Is Brianna technically underrated still? Because I feel like everyone on BookTube has read Brianna Hale because of it.
I am counting it. Leave me alone.
I haven't read her still. I need to.
Yep. See, it counts.
I can't decide now.
I read the prologue.
I love Rilzy Adams. She's good.
Love
she has
Rilzy
some really good ones.
I feel like the ones that I love, I talk about so much that are they underrated anymore? Like,
I like Samantha Christie. I don't hear too many people talking about Samantha Christie. She has a good like sports romance series, and the first one's Friends to Lovers, and like that's like my kink right now. I need to find more Friends to Lovers, and it's called Catching Caden, and I really love it. It was like it just gave me all the feels. It was so cute.
The Black Fox is the best, in my opinion.
I want to read. Isn't there a Zora one? Is that what the Zora one?
That's the Black Fox. It's a novella. It's mostly smut. Just
to read that.
Being completely honest.
That one's pretty good.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Lap of Luxury, which is the second book in the. No, it's not called Lap of Luxury. What's that book called? Yeah, it is. And it is. Love Doesn't Cost a Thing to Duet.
It's Daddy, Lap of Luxury. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably her best novel. That or The Protege. Oh my God, The Protege,
which you haven't finished.
I didn't like that one that much.
The Ringmaster, I loved so much because I think too I'd been reading some of her super dark stuff, and then The Ringmaster is just this sweet age gap friends to lovers. There's horses, there's circus. Like I love that one. But Lap of Luxury is my second favorite by her. I really like that one. But
The Protege is my favorite.
So Monica James, is that the one that I think I have her on my list for Thy Kingdom Come, but now I can't read it because it's like a continuation. So I don't want to start that book anymore until the whole thing's out.
Until the next one comes out. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't either. I bought it and then the author's notes was like, hey, this is the continuation. I'm like, God dang it. It's going to continue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I
you want
liked her Bad Saint trilogy. It was really good. Do you notice Brianna Hale have audio?
Well, she only has an audio for Soft Limits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to mention someone I recently found, Kira Andrews. She writes male romances, and one of hers is called Kidnapped by the Pirate, and it's a young man and an old man. Yeah, not an old man. Young man, older man. He gets kidnapped by a pirate and he's being held for ransom. And it gave me Sea of Ruin vibes without the non-consensual stuff. There's no non-consensual things. And it gave me that because it's a pirate. What?
How do you spell the first name?
Kira, Keira.
Okay, I spelled the first
Andrews.
name.
Yeah. But she has a whole bunch. She has like a Son of the President and Guard series, which I haven't read yet. So like the Secret Service guy and that. There's it's actually two straight guys get stranded on an island. And then it's like, I liked it because it was gay for you for both of them, which I liked because it wasn't like some person swaying another person, that can be weird. But it was like both. It was so cute. So
how have I never heard of this pirate romance before?
I know. Well,
it's good.
Ashton, who is my channel watcher, she was like, "Ben, read this," and I was like, "Okay, what's this?" And I was like, "Okay," intrigued. Immediately was like, "This is it." It's also like a Grumpy Sunshine one, and like he's on the way to an arranged marriage when he gets kidnapped, and then he's like, it's close quarter, like it's everything. It was so great. It was so sweet. I loved it. So.
I don't know if I would read an Amish MM romance.
I don't know. But what's cool is that they're all MM and she just has them in every time period, every genre, like everything. Because she has one that's with an Australian outback. Like these two people are criminals and they get sent to the Australian outback to be like workers, and it's great. So
I know Naima likes Ammo Jones.
I love her, and I agree with you. Best dark romance.
So I did not like The Silver Swan, but do you like any of her other books?
Yeah. Sicko by her was really, really good. And then she has a duology, The Crown duology. I didn't like that one as much, but I really, really love Sicko.
Is it Crowned by Hate?
Yeah, it's like Crowned by Hate and Crowned by Fate. Okay. Wasn't the best. And I know there's like non-consensual scenes in there. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the Silver Swan series with my whole heart.
I'm just not into like that new adult stuff.
Yeah.
I'm anymore like high school new adult. So.
I feel like who else? I think we already said it. This isn't really underrated anymore, but like I love Serena Bowen. I read everything that she's written. She has lots of like speaking of like Elle Kennedy not writing anything, I need Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy to continue some series that they've been writing together. I'm getting kind of sad about it.
I really need them to continue the Stay Good Boy series.
Oh,
the WAG series, yeah.
Is that not finished?
Well, they
teased. Yeah, they teased like a future couple, and then they never wrote a book for them. And so I was like, I'm very sad. It was going to be so cute.
And there's dogs included in those ones because it's like wags for the wives and girlfriends thing, but it's also wags because there's dogs in them.
There's dogs in it.
So, and those ones are really sexy too. Like the second one, the Stay one is like my favorite book they've written together. And yeah, I'm including like everything because it was like a single dad and daughters and hockey player. And so like that one.
Oh, and Penelope Douglas is coming out with like 2 or 3 books this year.
Oh, is it one of Sapphic?
6 Venom, Motel.
Yes, Motel is one of them. So I'm
so excited
for that.
I'm willing to read stuff
Sapphic
outside
one.
of that. I'm ready for other stuff outside of that series. So
Yeah.
And I know that was dominating her time.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish it. I was like, this is this big, and I'm not in. I was like, someday, maybe, but not right now.
I didn't finish Nightfall either.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one that much.
Yeah,
I never even finished
Right,
Corrupt.
you can like tell me about this TikTok. Aren't you on TikTok?
Yeah.
Why is everyone talking about
I feel so old. I can't do TikTok.
I do not want to do TikTok, but I know like everyone's talking about. I already talked about this the last people here. 2015 releases, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Right now, everyone is obsessed with the off-campus series in Briar U. Like everyone, I'm like, you're
so behind.
so old.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like everyone is talking about it on like the romance side of book talk, but yeah, I haven't seen it.
I follow the authors on TikTok. I have a lot of fun following indie authors, and I've actually won like quite a few giveaways because there's not a ton of people following authors on there. So, and there's romance photographers on there. Oh, those are my favorite. Showing them when they photograph covers. Oh my god, it's my favorite thing. The youth thing they found.
The youth.
I love that.
There's these antique books. I found this channel and she's like come out of nowhere and she has like 80,000. And so I was like, wow. And her videos have like 500,000 views. So I click on it. She's from TikTok and it's like Corrupt, Punk 57, and like all, and I'm like, we were doing this 5 years ago. Like, why is everybody obsessed?
So what we should do is jump on TikTok, review books we've already talked about, and then boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope.
Essentially.
I love that plan, Justin.
I mean, the thing is, like, I just don't have the energy to have another social when, like, I love YouTube and Instagram because
I'm socialed out.
Yeah, like, I have mine. I've made a few rec videos. They've done, like, okay-ish. But I just, like, don't have the energy to make more content on top of, like, making 5 videos a week, which is my own fault. But, like, I just rather be here. I don't know. Because I feel like the conversations are more meaningful, whereas, like, there's such short snippets there, but
you know, people have been, I have been noticing like really like indie romance author, not romance author, what am I saying? People have been talking about more indie romance books and stuff, but they just don't get like as many, you only get likes if you're talking about what everyone is talking about, and those people are like struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mostly follow the authors on there, and like Katie Robert, she was mentioning Katie Robert is on there, and she does like book recs for really cool stuff on there.
Ooh.
And so I kind of like hers. It's pretty fun. But I'm on TikTok for other people that I follow them at, but the book stuff creeps into my life everywhere. I saw someone mention Sawyer Bennett on here. Ezra mentioned Sawyer Bennett. I really like her. She has darker.
Good hockey series too.
Yep. I just downloaded another one of hers that was a menage that I want to read, so I'm excited for that.
Ooh. Is that in her like Dark Horse series or something? Or no?
No. I don't know. It looked like it was a standalone one, but I'm not sure.
No.
But otherwise, yeah, you know. What? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say you can find really good sports romances in the indie books. A lot better, I feel like, than traditional English. Which started with the Briar U series, not the Briar U series, the Off-Campus series and the Briar U series, but we've come a long way since then.
Yeah, I love Christine sport ones. I love I've forgotten every sports one that I read, but you know, I like
I love the Dugout.
The Dugout.
I love the Dugout so much.
Oh, yeah, Meg Wynn.
Which number is that?
It's number 2. That's the only one I've read, though.
I hated
I did not like that one.
This one?
Yeah. That's the only Nikki Sloan.
Oh,
I didn't like it.
This is a standalone sports romance. It's a rivalry. And like, I liked it because I can't say this on Jess's channel because kids watch this sometimes. But I love the thing of like when he's like, girl, you're going to get yours. I'm going to take care of you. Why you think I won't take care of you? And I love that stuff. And by take care of you, I'm being sexual just in case we're confused. So really.
Did you say that's baseball?
No, this one is football. And it's between a football captain on one team and the cheerleader of a rival team. And they meet at a wedding. And then they find out who each other is. And she's like, I can't date you. And he's like, why does it matter? And then it goes from there. So it's a college sports. So I really liked it. The audiobook's really good. Charles, your opinion matters, but I just don't care about it.
Okay, it's like it's on the lighter stuff. It's like not as dark and as like taboo as like some of her other stuff. I would say it's like more like you're almost like rom-com-y.
Well, this one fits in with what we were saying. This fits in with the college sports romance. But you know, don't accidentally pick up Sorted or anything.
Yep.
You know, like these aren't this is
just like swap the books around, like, here, read this one. It's a college romance.
Yeah. I have a video coming. I'm filming tomorrow where I'm doing the deep dive for Nikki Sloan because I've read all of her books now. And I'm extremely excited to just gush about her because I haven't given her books less than 4 stars, and I've read all of them now. So maybe that makes me a simp, but I don't care.
Okay.
I did like Eden Finley has her MM series. Fake Out is the first one. And it's really good. I listened to the audiobooks of those.
Those are good.
Are you talking about sports? Because sorry, go ahead, Charles.
Oh no, I was gonna say underrated like indie author, but my underrated is not an indie author. I just wanted to slip her in. Anyways, read Joanna Shoot. That's all I wanted to say. That's why I was like, when I saw the historical one, I was like, Jess, open up another spot. I need to insert the Uptown Girl series, and then I could just leave.
Historical.
Maybe one time we'll have to go even more specific too and just have it be a historical one, but have that broken up into 3 sections and talk about old school. Like that would be so much fun.
And like, make sure you talk about Joanna Shoop in each of those. I'll pop in. I'll be like your PSA, like read the Uptown Girl.
Do you guys have any indie Black romance authors to recommend?
Kenny Ryan is the easiest.
And how about that one has Keep on it, and you pick some other ones because who hasn't talked about
I love
Letitia Newton.
Oh,
yeah. If you want dark romance, Letitia Newton.
Letitia Newton?
Oh, yeah, I heard of her.
She wrote Whispers in the Dark. And then also Shanora Williams.
Yes.
Alexandria.
So, QB Tyler, I feel like is pretty new. I've seen her books coming around, and I know she is.
Yeah. QB Tyler is pretty
I didn't like the
steamy.
book I read from her.
Yeah.
Well,
that was yeah.
Did you read the age gap one? Love Unexpected?
I read.
Yeah, that's the one I read.
Oh, I want to read. That's one I'm most excited for.
A DNF that one.
No, don't tell me that.
I hated it.
I loved it.
It was
okay.
It was the January Taboo Book Club pick, and me and Heather both hated it. Every bit of it.
Can I like shout Christina C. Jones from the rooftops because I'm obsessed with her books, and I did my guide to her, and it only got 2,000 views, and I'm like, people, watch the video.
That's something I was saying in the last one too, is like I feel like my deep dives and my like those specific ones don't have a good front end view. But those videos, when I look back at my past, like in my top videos are my historical recommendations, and my deep dives, they slowly gain because as people discover the author, they will type in all the books by this author and then it comes up. But it does hurt. It does hurt when they come out and they're the 10th most on your list. I'm like, why do you guys hate me?
I will say Jodie Slaughter has a hitman romance, which is a lot of fun. Oh yeah, Charles has a live show with Jodie Slaughter, and I'm really excited to read her quarantine romance because it looks really good.
Ooh, brand new author.
Which one is her quarantine romance?
Love and Chill or something?
No.
I can't remember the name of it.
Alone with you. Alone with you.
Alone to
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The new author, Shira Lynn, who wrote Love and War, which is a BBW World War II historical romance, and it's so good. It's going to make you cry. Love and War by Shira Lynn.
She was also literally messaged me crying about this book.
Well,
she was bawling.
She's
like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and I was
it's really good.
I was contacted like by her social people or whatever, and I was like, I'm terrified to read this book. This could go wrong in so many ways. But it's pretty short.
How do you spell the author's first name?
SHIRR.
RR.
Yeah.
I found it. Oh, I've seen that cover.
Yeah, it is so beautiful. It's in my other room. It's out. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, it only
It's
has
on KU, I think.
6 reviews.
In my other room.
No one's reading that book.
She's like super new. Super new.
That's her debut book.
It's a debut.
And if that's her debut, like, I mean, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lounge singer and a doctor in the Third Reich, but he's like forced to be there, and it's so good. Like, she becomes a maid in his house.
It is not the Nazi romance, right?
No. He's actively
No.
want to be
That's
there.
something else. That's not.
Yeah. He's forced to serve in the Reich, but he's not a Nazi.
Like, he's a doctor, so
himself.
since he is like a skilled worker, he like can't get out. But
Yeah,
he
his family
rescues
forces
her.
him.
It says he's duped into serving the Reich by his deceitful father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he basically, like, that's the setup of it, is he basically rescues her because they're rounding up people. And he's like, that's my servant, can't take her. And she's like, thank you. So that's what happens at the beginning. So it's not a Nazi romance, everyone. It is not.
That one was a different one that actually, like, I saw the cover of the other one that people were talking about.
Yeah, it is like, that was why, see, I was afraid to read it because that's what I thought. But I was like, this is an Own Voices author. She's done a ton of research. It's her debut book. And I'm so glad I read it because she tells a really powerful story. I think it's a little like, some of the mechanics of it are a little clunky, just like how the setup is. But the story between those two, it's a slow burn, obviously. And like, I'll stop. It's great. So wanted to put that out there. Give her a try. That is a author of color, and her story's great. And there's an interview with her on Charles' channel if you want. Let me rep him for you. You can go watch it. It's really good.
Have any of you read Nicole Falls? She's an author I really want to try, but I haven't.
I haven't yet. I've heard some about her though.
Love and War, Riley. It's called Love and War. Yeah.
I always follow Ashley from the Bookish Realm for good indie recs. So
Love Ashley.
Yeah,
she's great.
So I've gotten some.
Does anyone know of like a ton of like indie Asian authors?
Oh,
I know a couple, but I haven't.
But that's the only one I know off the top of my head. Jackie Lau.
I know Jen Trin. I know her 3 books, but I haven't read those yet. I know Grace Calloway.
Mm-hmm.
I have a random question. Do any of you guys know some male indie romance authors? I'm always trying to read.
Read Max
Yeah,
Walker.
Jack Harbin's the only one that I've read.
TJ Klune.
TJ Klune, yeah.
TJ Klune.
Yeah. You like Max Walker. He has a Police Detective series where the whole overarching plot is there's a serial killer targeting LGBT youth.
Okay.
And it's like a mystery suspense series.
I think
They're all on audio.
That's the thing I always run into is that ones that like aren't just writing male because you know me, I'll read those, but I honestly do like to read a romance sometimes from a male perspective that's like straight romance. I feel like there's not a lot. I like to read everything. Like I do. I think we're sometimes afraid, but I'm like, there's not only incompetent males writing stuff. Like there's people who do good, but I haven't read many. So I was just wondering.
I heard of Mickey Miller. I haven't read anything from him, but I know he's a male author who writes MF romance.
Okay. Yes, there's one. I can't remember his name because I found one on TikTok. I found a male romance author on TikTok, but I didn't end up reading it yet. But it was like military romance, and it looked really good. So
I've never heard of Cole McCabe before.
Yeah.
Either.
But obviously, I love MM too. Like I will read those as well. I just wanted to ask because I feel like it never gets brought up. Because the only male
Alexis Hall.
Yeah. Yep. Alexis Hall. Yep.
Right. Yeah. And he just the boyfriend material. Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know he has a whole huge backlist of more.
Yeah, I read For Real before it was cool. I started talking about that like a year and a half ago because I was into BDSM. Well, I'm still into BDSM. The phase hasn't passed. But I read that one. It was
lifestyle, not a phase for Jen.
What do you say?
It's a lifestyle, not a phase.
It is. I will always be into it. It's why like one of the historicals I'm reading right now has some, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy because that's something in there. But I read that. It was one of my first male and one of my first BDSM. So it was a lot all I wanted to read For Real, but it was great.
I don't think I've ever read a... Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. Is somebody... Okay. Sorry. I heard an echo. I don't think I've ever read a male author in the indie romance world. So I'm writing this down.
Jack Harbin has His Beauty, which I know is MF, I'm pretty sure. Right? But he's like a beast the whole time.
Yeah.
I have it on my Kindle. And I'm like, are we gonna get into bestiality with this or something? I don't. Oh, but I had this up. I've never heard of this author before.
No, me either.
Nice. Love this.
Oh, but did you guys hear about the as a part of the Brown the challenge that Nana Malone is doing? I don't want to say the name of the challenge because I don't want. Yeah, but if you know of that challenge, like they're doing a really cool thing for authors of color. I don't know if you heard of it, like where they're funding their first audiobook. They're giving them $5,000 for contemporary romances for POC authors. I don't know if you heard of that.
Who is doing this?
It's Nana Malone and Andy Arndt.
Oh, I feel like I saw. I love Andy Arndt. You got to interview Andy Arndt, and I was like, "What?"
I watched that yesterday.
What?
I did.
And then I immediately was listening.
We're buddies now.
One of her books.
I love
Shane East. I'm obsessed with him right now, and they work together so much, and so I'm just like, oh. I went on a Shane East binge this week, guys. Like all of my audiobooks were Shane East. It was great. He has merch that says "the voice you want to take to bed with you."
That's so awesome.
I trying to box that because it's true.
Oh, that word's fine to say, Charles.
Oh, it is? Okay, I didn't know.
It's the brown nipple challenge, is what it's called.
We're allowed to say.
Oh, I thought it was the other N word. I was like,
no.
I see James.
No.
I was like, oh.
I mean, if we aren't allowed to say nipples, I already messed up. I'm trying to watch my
I didn't know, so I just said not a Malone's challenge, just in
Right, well, I
case.
found it, so that's really cool though.
Yeah.
What a cool
So if you know any like POC authors, definitely tell them to apply.
Yeah.
It's really great money. $5,000 is a lot of money.
Mhm.
Free. So
I didn't know the audiobooks were like that much to make.
Yeah.
Because that's why
there.
Audible Escape went away, because audiobooks are expensive to make, and but I liked only paying $10 for a month with no limit.
One of my friends is a narrator, and like she's been around long enough that her prices are pretty high. So what you have to pay per finished hour of audio, and if you have a book that's
long,
12 hours long, like you're paying a lot of money for that. So
Isn't there a romance book about audiobook narrators? I feel like there is.
Alyssa Cole? Right?
Isn't that a radio show? Like he does a podcast or something. That
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
That also has disabled rep, I think, right?
But I thought there was one where they were like narrating like steamy audiobooks.
Oh, is it Heidi's?
I'd be
Heidi's
interested.
Guide?
Is it Heidi's Guide?
Isn't that the one that Andy
I
like?
thought it was Heidi's.
I know this. It has a podcast, but I can't remember.
I don't remember what it is.
That in your thing.
If anybody knows, let us know.
We should look that up.
I miss this so much. But I will say I got 2 library cards now, and it has changed my life. So
I need to do it. I just got.
Do you have Brooklyn?
Yeah, which ones
You
do
don't have
people
the Brooklyn?
I
love the Brooklyn one. Izzy got me hooked on it. It's $50 a year, and it's like the selection is absolutely insane.
That's not bad. $50 a year.
No, $50 a year. That's only like
$8.
That's like $6 a month, about or $8, something like that.
Oh, someone said it was this one.
Okay.
Oh, it is Heidi.
Yeah, because she was talking about that, or like it was hanging behind her. I like that interview, so good job.
I just got a library card to like where I live, and then I finally got a library card in the city I work in, and they're 2 different library systems. So it's so nice. You just flip back and forth between them in Libby and Hoopla.
Does the Brooklyn Library use Hoopla or no?
No, you don't get a Hoopla with it.
Oh.
Okay.
I like
think
Libby.
you just get Libby.
I've been cut off by Hoopla before, but I've never been cut off by Libby.
Really?
Yeah, you can only do like 10 books a month with Hoopla.
Mine was 7.
Oh,
I get 15.
Oh wow.
It knew who you were, Jess. It was watching.
It was like.
And I just switched to my other library card, and then I had like 10 more, so it was fine.
Right.
But with Libby, don't you have to like wait and stuff? Like there's a wait for audiobooks and stuff you want to read? Or no?
Doesn't it depend on the library? Because
I have
It
more of a
depends on the library.
Well, yeah, because I live like in the major city in my state. I live in Columbus, and so there's always a wait for like the new Berkeley romance releases and
Right.
new
I'd want it for backlist historical. Like that's what I'd want it for.
That's what I do, yeah. Oh my god! But when Bridgerton came out,
yeah,
it was like 30
Everyone wanted those.
wait, and I was like, good thing I read all these before the show came out.
Right.
5?
5? Really?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Are you paying for that library? I mean, if you're not paying for your library, sure. But
I do not use Script anymore.
I don't do Script.
I love Script.
I still use Script, yeah.
They cut you
The
off.
speed is too slow.
But I don't solely use Script. That's the thing. Like I use an amalgamation of everything. And I mean, sometimes with Script, I can get through 4 or 5. And so I'm like $8 for 4 or 5. Like that's still a good price in my opinion. But I use it in conjunction. I buy a lot of audiobooks. Like I buy so many of them. I need to stop doing that.
I do not buy any.
Like I
And
spend
I feel like if we build our libraries together, we will have like all the romance books.
They do a pretty good job at having indie romances at my library, but I think they're more on Hoopla than they are on Libby for me.
I want Lacey's library card because somehow her library has like all the like cutting edge audio. She just requested and then magically it shows up through her library. I'm like, I wish I had that luck.
Can we like buy, like, is it only these specific ones you can buy one from? Or can we just be like, hey, Lacey, tell us the district you're in so we can.
It's the LA library, right? Charles,
I think so.
LA. I don't know.
I
You can
think
check
so.
out and see if they have the.
Yeah.
If you can pay for them. 2? I listened to that in like 3 days.
She's talking about Scrib.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, I was able to
so many in a row on Scribd.
Yeah. There's so many weird rules because
I have heard this.
Yeah. Stop downloading or saving your script. Yeah.
Okay.
But it'll sometimes when I'm listening to one, like I'm listening to the Donna Fletcher series, and I'm able to listen to one, and then it says the next one will be available.
Yeah.
But I could switch over and I listened to Texas Destiny, and then it was like, you can't listen to the next one yet. And then I switched over and listened to another one, and I could. So it like wouldn't let me continue the series, but I could skip all over. So I was like, what?
That's annoying, yeah. But also they have like new releases. Like I just listened to Actor. I didn't think they'd have it, but they had it. And they have like tons of new releases on there too and indie. So I like Scribd. I use Hoopla and Scribd the most. So.
Yeah.
Libro FM had Eve Brown on there.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a reviewer, they have their AOC program, which is really nice.
I did not know that.
Yeah. But they don't have a lot of romance, which is kind of annoying to me.
Yeah.
They had Talia Hibbert, which was fine, but I had already read my arc before that, so I was annoyed that I'd already read it physically, and I was like, I could have gotten the audiobook, but yeah, I read like Alicia Rye's new one through them, and I didn't like it. But her books have not been that great for me.
Yeah, I really like her videos. It is so hard to search that though. Do people know what you're supposed to search to find that out? Because I feel like I only find out when I discover it, when I download one.
For KU.
Yeah.
And
like,
audiobooks?
I think it has to be through Montlake.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know how to find that. Lacey has a whole video recommending some.
Right. That makes sense because like the that duology or whatever, the books by her. And then some like other random ones will show up on there too. But
yeah.
Oh,
I know if you accidentally buy the ebook on KU for like those ones where you can read and listen free, you don't get the audiobook for free anymore. You have to pay like the discounted price to get the audiobook.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I pre-ordered a book and was like, dang it, it's read and listen. Now I can't get the audiobook. I don't want the physical book.
I did not know this.
Yeah. And see, I tried doing that, but then they weren't ones that had it to listen for free. They were KU books that had audio $7.50 to add on. They weren't ones that it was free. Because I just tried to do this search because I was like, there's got to be a way to find it. But
Amazon has to make it hard.
Yeah. I had been finding some good titles by using Audible Plus. Like I'm working towards like a video for that because I was like, let me find any of the books I'm even slightly interested in. And I found a couple new authors like Louise Bay. I just discovered her. She has some like they're contemporary, like different tropes and stuff. Like there's a series called like The Kings of the Upper East or whatever. And there's like the King of Wall Street, the Duke of Manhattan, like these different ones that were really good. And then I also found an author called J.A. Huss who has a supervillain trilogy.
I read that.
Yeah, and I just finished the second one the other day, and they're fascinating because they're literally like, it's almost like Batman and like Iron Man, but they're like troubled men who are trying to do good things, and they're also anti-heroes. So those ones are all on Audible Plus. So.
Isn't Audible Plus expensive? Relatively.
No,
I think it comes a part of your membership. I don't think you have to pay anything extra.
Oh, for Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it
if you
just
have
comes with
Audible.
I don't do Audible. Isn't it like a credit per book, and the credits are like a lot?
But then, see, like I said,
$14.
And I get a huge discount on all of the books. So, like, I get why it's not worth it for other people, but I pay $15 a month and I get 1 free credit, and then I get huge discounts on everything else, which is great because, like, a new release that the audiobook would be $45, I can get it for $11. Like, that's worth it to me. But
I just spend $11 on an audiobook. Like, I can't even do that for an ebook either. I can spend like $4 on an ebook, and that's as good as I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just because it's digital. I don't want to spend that much money.
I get it. And I don't really re-listen to my audiobooks, but I also have 1,400 books in my house that I'm never gonna
That is true.
I'm like, they're just digital and they don't take much space, but I have 1,400 books in my 1-bedroom apartment. So yeah.
I don't even like physically read anymore. It's just only audiobooks. I paid $17 for an audiobook the other day because I couldn't get it anywhere else. Straight up. I really did. I was like, I really want to read this. I'm absolutely not going to read this with my eyes. Audiobook. $17 for it.
Oh, I could never.
I really should try. I tracked how much I spent on physical books last year, but I don't track my audiobooks because I don't want to know. Like,
I don't want to know either. Do not tell me. Do not tell me.
Like, well, and I can only imagine it's a ton because last year's when I really started buying books, and like, I mean, I spent like many dollars on physical books. So I wonder what the Audible book is, but I don't work for the big corporation anymore, so I need to tone it down.
Ezra, don't mention this. Don't mention this.
Charles got cut off because he returned too much.
I got like a notification whenever the last time I tried to return something, it said
Sorry.
They changed the policy. So it used to be 365 days and now it's 7 days.
For what?
After you get it. To return on Audible.
Yeah.
Amazon
it's like 7 days now.
Everything they do is ridiculous.
But it hurts authors when you return.
That's
like,
true.
It hurts the authors, not Amazon. When you return your audiobooks, like they sometimes, like there was someone who said like they actually owed Amazon money for books getting returned once.
Yep.
Like it came out of their next check. So that's why, unless I actively hate a book I buy, I just can't return it that way. Because like I went on a trip to where I was like, ooh, let me return these ones I don't want so I can buy more. And then I saw an author say that they owed Amazon money for their book one. So unless I hate it, I don't.
A limit would be better. Like it can be 365 days, but like you can only do it like twice or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like 7 days is enough. I don't listen to like I'll download one and it'll take me like 2 weeks until I like get around to it. I don't know. Do they
I don't
know
know about that. I heard an author say that. Maybe they've changed that rule since then. But
I don't know.
Like we'll have to look into that. But I heard one of them say they're like, I was in trouble when people like would like return them because they had to refund the people. So they're like, well, but that could be different by now.
Amazon shouldn't do that. They don't make like authors pay them when a book comes damaged and someone returns it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they do that with audiobooks?
Yeah. I don't think it's that way with the like digital books, but yeah, like Riley saw that too. Okay. I was like, did I make that up? And I'm pretty sure I heard it on like a live show where someone was talking about being an indie author and you know, people will like return stuff and then they're suffered for it. So maybe that doesn't happen if you're with like a publisher who like maybe they take the hit for you, but yeah. So that's just my rule. Like I do it if I hate the book because sometimes I actively read it and I'm like, no, you've spurned me. I want to return it. I am a rage reader sometimes. I'm very emotional. But I almost returned to Pam Godwin, but you didn't hear me say that.
All right. Do we want to give any last minute recommendations, things you want to tell people they have to read?
Read Joanna Shoup, Uptown Girl. Hey, at least I didn't have the books with me, so I can go like.
I love Joanna Shoup though, so I'm free.
Read The Takeover.
This is plug number 573. Read Brianna Hale.
I do need to get that Zora one. It sounds really, really good.
For the second time, Ecstasy by KB Rose. Oh my god. I can't get over it. And also Lilac by BB Reed. Just read it. So good.
That one's been sitting on my Kindle for forever, and I need to get into it.
It is.
Is that the Rockstar romance? Is that how
I heard you talk about that so long ago. So
it's been on my Kindle just waiting for me, and I just still have not opened it.
It's amazing. I love it. And it's reverse harem. If you're into that.
I don't read a lot of those.
Doesn't encourage me to read it, but I still want to try it. Yeah. Oh, look, someone's repping what it's supposed to be.
Say Justin
by Julia Cross. Hey, we could talk about. How about you read The Veil of Stars by Julia Cross? How about you read some dragons?
Some dragon shifters.
Those are great. I talked about those a lot.
Oh yeah, her Stay a Spell series, The Wolf Gone Wild and Don't Hex and Drive. They're in KU right now, but she's taking them off and doing them wide. So if you have KU and you haven't read it yet, do that now.
Do it.
Are those indie or are those traditionally published?
Indie.
I didn't know that. Maybe because the cover for Wolf Gone Wild looks so.
Oh yeah.
It's very nice.
Have y'all seen the Witches Get Stitches cover? Like, have y'all seen it? Because you should read the first two books just so you can own that one. I'm just look up a cover. Yeah, y'all, look it up. It's deliciously beautiful.
Who is it by?
Juliet Cross.
Okay.
That's an aunt.
It's my aunt.
I'm like, plug.
I didn't know that. Yeah, she does the podcast with me too.
The last person on Booktube who didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
You didn't?
Yeah.
No.
I feel dumb. Who is that by?
It's okay. I always feel weird though, like coming out with the Rex because I'm just like I'm so biased. She's my podcast co-host. She's a person that I talk to. She like got me into reading, and then I read all her romance books. So I'm just kind of like everyone read it because I love it, but I'm biased.
Story about getting into historical, so she would take you to like library sales.
Oh my god, she took me to library sales. Like I bought books, and I totally got into romance because of my aunt. So like I love her. She's the best.
One of the sweetest, bloodthirstiest, romance writing wonderful people ever. Like I just said those together. The sweetest, bloodthirstiest romance writer ever. She's fantastic. Those books aren't bloodthirsty. They're just nice. But.
No, she's bloodthirsty whenever she reads. She likes whenever if there's an injustice, she likes a character to get their comeuppance. If they're the villain, she'll get really hyped about it.
Also, she loves this book. So this is how we became friends. It's because she loves this book. And then she started reading Cora Riley, and she read faster than Jessen. So she's like, how about you just talk to Jen, who's read them all? And I was like, thank you, Jessen. Get out of the way. I want to talk to Jen. He's the sweetest. But
I'm excited to try Witches Get Stitches, right? Is that
that's that one's not out yet. That's the third one. Wolf Gone Wild's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I wrote them both down. I know.
Look what candle I just happen to have sitting by me. That if you read Wolf Gone Wild, you'll know why that's funny. But Juliet is great, Dylan. She's great. Anyway.
All right. Well, we went on much longer than was.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's a Friday night. It's not my bedtime yet, so it's fine. But it's fine. We're close. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Everyone is linked down below, so make sure you go give every one of them a follow. And that's all I have. Thank you. How long was this? 3 hours.
Almost 3.
Almost
3.
But it's
Almost
been
3 hours.
I love chatting romance all night, but we're gonna stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining, and I will see all you later. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.